The only thing I can defend is terrible actions, but yeah, I'm pretty decent at it. Pretty decent of stuff. But hello.
You're very terrible at defense? Well, you gotta try your hardest. You gotta believe in your client, you know?
Believe in the system of
Believe.
justice.
Believe in the heart of the law.
The heart of hearts. Or at least, give your best aspful. I mean, to be fair, the actual Phoenix Wrights, the aspfuls are quite massive. I have seen some ridiculous shit in the Phoenix Wright games, and hopefully we could get some interesting, what is it called? Ad libs here. There we go. That's the word I was looking
Ad
for.
libs. Or ad libs. Bad libs or ad libs? Be
Ad
specific.
libs.
Ah, okay.
Hold on. All right. I will do.
He will do.
You will do. And then, secondly, of course, no trial ever starts without some sort of prosecution who actually accuses the defendant. Today, our prosecutor, please welcome Flawed Imp.
Hello. I'm Flawed Imp. I'm here to act as the prosecution and to bring a criminal to justice in the name of the law and of also justice.
Always bring justice once and for all.
Super justice.
And actually, now that I have you in the hot seat for the introduction part, I have a question of curiosity that I recently got, but now is burning into me. Why is your name Imp, actually?
Oh, Imp. Well, it's a long story, but it started out when I was much younger. I played an awful lot of Dawn of War. And one of like the big mechs they have is called the Imperator. So I made that my username, but everybody just called me Imp, so I just kept Imp.
Oh, short for Imperator? I thought you were like
Yes.
some weird human who was like, I want to be a little imp. And I'm like, okay.
It's literally just like an
That is
ancient username that stuck.
Advanced body dysmorphia.
Advanced.
I also have a question for Frederick Imp.
My name's not Frederick, but okay.
It will be. Shut up.
It will
Can you
be,
see
okay.
anything out of those glasses?
Yes. But I can't see you because it blocks out the haters.
Damn.
Nice.
Sick burn.
Sick. And speaking of the haters, that will be our star witness of tonight, who has seen not the crime itself go down, but the moments before the crime itself go down. Please welcome Jasper the Narwhal.
My name is Jasper Norwal, and I'm addicted. I'm down bad for Francisco and Karma, and I need help.
You do need help. You're a foolish fool who foolishly needs help because their foolish actions have driven this fool into their foolish stupor.
I am very foolishly stupulous, yes. That is what I do for a living, you know. Wear a hat and be foolish. Speaking of which, do you like my hat?
It's nice.
It's a very nice
I forget.
hat.
I gave chips there, and I don't.
Yeah, please give me some chips. That'll be nice. That'll completely be the right
fucking
show.
piss colored. Jesus, it would be you, people.
Sorry, I'm using the same thing for a lot of things. I forgot. Anyways,
please clap. Why is that? You can clap for everyone but me at this point.
Well, I mean, because the fact that Twitch has a 2-minute timer between shoutouts, so I'm still on the 1 minute away from giving you your shoutout.
Alright, good point. Well, clap at me anyway, Eduk.
Clap your hands.
Clap at me twice.
clap your hands.
Thank you. Eduk will get to live another day.
He's allowed to live.
So, I hope you like the little courtroom I have set up here. Just my still ping of a courtroom. It works. It will work
quaint.
for now. Little quaint. Okay, now I can give you the shout out. It's been 2 minutes. I hate how they have that time restraint between them.
I mean, to be fair, I think you already gave me Yeah, I don't know.
No, there's two types of shoutouts. There is the Guru shoutout, which I can just spam whenever I want, and then there's the Twitch follow shoutout, and that
It
one
doesn't
has a
matter
2-minute
when watching
timer.
already follows me because I'm that amazing.
hmm all my viewers should follow all my contestants all the time. You know.
Especially
Anyways,
me.
Especially Narwhal.
greedy.
Greedy.
Ah,
Weavy.
all right. So today's trial, today's case is gonna be over a tragedy of a plane crash. In the plane was a country singer, their wife/manager, and their backup singer. The country singer has miraculously survived, but the other two perished. However, multiple people. The story is not as straightforward as it seems. Multiple people have reason to cause the crash, and the alibis are messier than the crash site itself. Boop, boop, boop. I have already introduced them as the defense, the prosecution, and the witness, and I will be.
Prostitution.
What?
Nothing.
Did you just say prostitution?
Wait, no, you said it.
Your Honor, I would like to treat the witness as hostile.
Objection.
We're not even there yet. Anyways, and I will be the judge for tonight. So, first things first, and also I have a little thing. We're gonna be doing these switch around things. So, first things first. Is the prosecution ready for tonight?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. How about the defense? Is the defense ready for tonight?
Something I should have asked. What laws and jurisdiction does everything fall under?
Bird
I'm
law.
Murder.
assuming it's under Florida law,
Bird
which
law.
I'm actually quite proficient in.
It's bird law.
Are you? Wait, are you?
I am good at defending terrible actions, yes.
Close enough.
But you're a defender, so
But unfortunately, this is not Florida law, it's koala law, because this is my koala court, and I get to say how horrible it goes.
Well, I'm prejudiced against anyone with the color blue, so obviously I must be dismissed from this court.
Jesus.
well. Point of order before we begin.
Yeah.
Dale, why do you have hair?
Why do I have hair?
All judges in this universe are bald. You know that.
No, well, not the Canadian one. The Canadian one has a
He
receding
was
hairline, but
practically
not
bald. He was practically bald.
practically balding. True. Practically, but not currently.
It's a wig.
Anyways. So, prosecution, do you have any opening statements for this case?
When you say opening statements, can I lay out my like version of events, or are we saving that?
Save that for when we get to the open floor.
Right. Okay. I would like to thank the right honourable gentleman that of the defence for coming here today. I would like to thank the witnesses for appearing here today, and the judge and the jury for coming here today. And may justice be done.
I just thought about like, what if we refer to the jury as chat?
That's what I was referring to.
I know, but like, can you imagine like in sometime in the future, like in an actual court case, someone
I'm
a
the
judge
prosecutor.
accidentally
I can't
goes,
be guilty.
So, chat, it's your turn to decide.
It's your turn to decide.
I can imagine that.
The judge is guilty.
Anyway, the judge is guilty. Agent Dan, welcome in. So, does the defense have any opening statements for us?
Well, obviously, based on this general summary of things, I can say that Mr. Bobby is guilt. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on.
Give him a minute.
Give him a minute. Give him a minute.
No. Yeah.
I
He's not
agree with the
guilty.
defense.
He-
We
he's
should
not
wrap this up.
guilty. Even though I got the gun right here. Yeah, he's definitely not guilty.
Definitely. All right. Thank you,
Definitely not.
defense.
Based on the circumstances.
All right,
Easy.
prosecution, you may call in the detective.
I call in the detective.
Dun, dun, dun. I believe it was this one. All right. All right, see? So here's the case, sirs. Last time the victims were seen alive was 3 days ago, during a concert in Las Vegas. Performing at the concert was the defendant, Bobby Bowe, their backup singer, Janie Doe, along with multiple guests including Harry Ho. After the concert, Bobby had a private meeting with Mary Bowe and Janie Doe, while Carrie Coe had a meeting with Sally Rowe, none of which seemed happy afterwards. There was a press conference afterwards, though the atmosphere was more sour than country lemonade, especially between Bobby and Harry. That's the case as we know it so far, sirs.
I see.
Hey, oh, thank you, detective. All right. Prosecution, will you call in the witness?
I call in the witness. Thank you,
All
Narwhal.
right.
With this.
Yes. Yes, Narwhal.
And now that we have all the members of court assembled, do any present have any questions for the detective before we go on to the witness testimony?
Are there any particulars of the crash site investigation that were not included in the files and documents given to us before court?
Hold on. Just there we go. We gave you as much as we figured we could, Sir Prosecutor. We tried our best. You know, the department always tries their best. Though some
Okay.
things always slip through. That Phoenix Wright seems to find so much mystery out of every corner and out of every nook and cranny. So I wouldn't say that I would not be confident in that you have everything, sir.
Okay. But nothing new to present to the court today as of yet.
Not as yet, sir. No new developments, sir.
Okay. I rest.
Okay, so I do have a question. At least something I would like to ask.
Yes, sir.
Uh, During discovery, both me and the persecution, the guy who's full of shit over there on the left, we were both given the same amount of materials and all that, correct? You said? Uh, Something slipped through the cracks. I'm hesitant to call this a history, free jury, free something, something bad. So I'm skeptical of how discovery went.
Well, sir, you seem to be mistaken the jurisdiction here. I didn't give you shit. I only gave the prosecution evidence. You got yours on your own, sir.
Well, damn. Then this entire case is pretty much null and void then, but you know what? If I can defend OJ Simpson, I can defend this guy.
That's how this fall court goes. Any other questions?
I would like to table a motion that the defense is sealing.
Motion approved.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, I think that's good. If no further questions, I'll take my leave.
Goodbye.
Thank you, detective. All right, I believe we are ready to proceed with our witness testimony here. Oh, whoops. Go ahead, witness.
Me?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay. My name is Danny Dale III. I'm a music manager. I manage all the big ones. I manage Harry, Gary, Jerry, Terry, all of the Airy brothers, and some guy called. I don't know what he's called, but we'll find a good name for him, sir.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not sure why I've been called on this name today.
Because you're a material witness to this case. You were at the hangar.
I assure you, I saw nothing except a few interesting tidbits, sir.
Mm-hmm. That's what you're here for?
Well, I'll tell you what I told the detective. Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
There we was, in the plane hangar, about the evening of the plane crash, you see. Now, I was there to see my client, Harry Ho, off, and to discuss the details of the Los Angeles show at Mary Bow. Now, we was Bobby, Mary, Carrie, Harry, and Jenny. And they were all pissed. They were angry. Now, I was standing there discussing with Mary, Jenny, and Bobby and Carrie were loading luggage on the plane. And Harry, he was up somewhere talking to the caravan driver about the rest of the gear, you know. Because, them guitars, they weigh a lot. Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Now, at some point during this whole conversation, I noticed out of the corner of my eye that Carrie was in the cockpit for some reason. Kind of awkward since he's not a pilot, one would agree. Awkwardly, he was ducking down between some panels, whatever, I didn't really see what. But at some point, Bobby chases Carrie out of the cockpit. And for some reason, I assume Bobby was pissed or something. Bobby and Mary start having a heated argument. Apparently, Bobby has been working very hard, not getting enough money. I don't know why. I mean, they're married. You assume they share the money and all that. Now, Mary asserts that the funds are going to a good cause, I assume her wallet, and Bobby knows why they must keep up the support. And Bobby pulls out, he goes, okay, sure, Mary, sure. Now, for whatever reason, Bobby, who never brews coffee, takes the coffee thermos and boards the plane with them, gives them to Mary and Jenny. Now, Carrie was supposed to be on the plane, but for some reason, I assume because Bobby was being an asshole, he went on the equipment caravan with Harry and yours truly. And that's the last I saw of that plane, Your Honor.
Thank you, Witness. All right. So, starting with the prosecution, freeform debate. Go for it.
Okay, now, for my first act, acting as the prosecution, I would like to lay out my proposed, and I will be backing up this with evidence, of course, timeline of events. I put it to the court and to the jury that Bobby Bow is undoubtedly the killer. Due to all the evidence that I have been given and have collated together, I know for a fact that it was well known that Mary Bow, the manager of Bobby Bow, was using the majority of the funds to help build a temple dedicated to her faith, whom she belonged to. Bobby Bow was very likely, as the witness has just outlined here, very upset about that. As a result, Bobby Bow wanted Mary Bow out of the picture. Bobby Bow then used the opportunity presented here in order during their flight between, I believe it was Las Vegas and LA, to bring the plane down in an effort to kill Mary Bow and Janie Doe. Janie Doe was the personal assistant to Mary Bow, and therefore would be helping dealing with the bookkeeping and direction of funds. Bobby Bow wanted them both out of the picture, so planned to bring down the plane during flight to kill two birds with one stone. The autopsy shows that the cause of death, while it was related to the plane crash, barbiturates were found in the system of both of the victims. And as once again we can see, straight from the witness's own mouth, Bobby Bow was found interfering with the coffee that was brewed for the purposes of handing out to the members that were going to be flying. This was then followed up with a cunning plan whereby a spare parachute was found in the flight technical caddy within the plane itself. Only one. As a result, it seems clear to me that after drugging the two victims, interfering with the plane's controls, he planned to leave the plane via the use of the parachute mid-flight. However, there seems to have been some manner of misadventure during the course of proceedings, which resulted in the plane being brought down with Bobby Bo still in it. He was, however, conscious enough to brace for the impact, allowing him to survive, while the two comatose victims, Bobby Bo and Janny Doe, were not. This is the basic outline of my summary of the events that happened on that day. And for the moment, I would like to rest.
Thank you. All right. Who would like to go? Who would like to say their next piece?
All right. Well, of course, I'm going to say something, Your Honor. What the prosecution has done was merely outline the motive, if there even was one, but has never gone into detail of how the act was carried out. All he did was argue what he could have or would have done, but has lacked in stating the exact action. Laying out a timeline is one thing, but proving without a shadow of a doubt that my client did in fact do it is an entirely different subject. Just to recap, you said that Bobby was found interrupting with the coffee? Just to clarify.
Bobby Bo, from the witness's own mouth, was caught brewing coffee and making coffee for the flight beforehand, which the witness says was odd in and of itself because it's not typically served on board.
Alright, served in what object? Are we talking about a thermos, a coffee pot, a cup, a paper cup?
Well, the witness would have to clarify that, if the witness would.
It was served in thermos.
Alright, it was served in a thermos. How many thermos, if possible? What color? Could you describe it for me, please?
I would assume it's more than one thermos. I didn't get that good of a look of it. I just know there was more than one.
The court would like to clarify here. As evidence brought in, it is only one thermos that was found.
Alright, so only one. Alright. So, I assume that the thermos is somewhere here in the courtroom, but the updated autopsy report. Oh wait, no, that's an entirely different thing. Shit, I should not. I may or may not be slightly intoxicated, but let me see. Yes, yes, of course. So the thermos in question that was found at the scene of the crash, we do have it along with the records. Yes, of what the detective and the CSI have found, I would
Yes.
assume.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So from the material, man, this is a mistrial in itself. Wife's gonna hate me. Anyways, there were no fingerprints found on the thermos in question. When CSI did a sweep of the thermos, only Mary, Janie, and Carrie's fingerprints were found on it. Could you go more into detail about when Bobby first handled the thermos, or are you certain it was even the same one? Because if there was only one thermos recovered from the scene, then yeah, how about that?
Well, truth be told, I'm not sure I saw him actually brew the coffee, but I definitely saw him walk aboard the plane holding the thermos. That much I'm sure about.
All right. So, based on the witness's testimony, he thinks he saw the thermos that was recovered from the scene. If I'm interpreting that correctly. Um I'll let other witnesses do their thing, but I just wanted to make it official on the court records that I smell shenanigans and that I am not slightly intoxicated. I rest my case for now.
Let the record show that shenanigans have been smelt and that the gator is not intoxicated.
What does shenanigans smell like again?
It's kind of minty.
Swamp cheese.
Swamp cheese.
I mean, it's. I don't know if you would call Narwhal a femboy, but okay. How's it going, Adam?
Interesting.
I would like to just put forward that just because we do not know if Bobby Bo directly brewed the coffee, we do know if the witness is to be believed. And I would like to just bring attention to the fact that the defense here is bringing into question the integrity of the witness, which is a very serious assertion to be making. Based on the witness's testimony, Bobby Bo was in control and in possession of the thermos for a period of time long enough to not only bring it on the plane, but potentially interfere with it. Once again, I would like to draw attention to the fact that barbiturates were found in the system of both victims, therefore meaning that both victims were heavily sedated. I would like to bring attention to the court and to the jury that barbiturates can very often be used as general anesthetics used in surgery to knock unconscious individuals about to go through surgery. This is textbook interfering with the food and drink of the victims in order to facilitate a murder. I would also like to draw the court's attention to the fact that Bobby Bo was caught in the cockpit beforehand, chasing out Kerry Cole, who is the musical group's technician, chasing him out of the cockpit and was left alone in the cockpit for, well, what we would assume would be an extended period of time before takeoff. Amongst the evidence, an Air Force training manual was found, outlining the inner workings of aircraft, which could have been sufficient knowledge, which could have contained sufficient enough knowledge for Bobby Bo to interfere with the inner workings of the plane to facilitate a crash during flight. Yet more evidence pointing the finger squarely at Bobby Bo being the killer and interfering with the plane crash to facilitate this double murder.
The court would like to make a clarification to a piece of evidence that was brought up. The Air Force training manual is specifically for state-of-the-art jet fighters.
I see.
Not civilian propeller planes.
I would like to bring attention to the court. Do you not feel that civilian planes and jet fighters might have some small amount of overlap in the inner workings of them to facilitate a crash? We don't need the plane to fly, we just need it to crash.
The court does not recognize the commonality between jet fighters and civilian propeller planes enough to find this substantial enough to be evidence of sabotage.
Very well. I would argue that you wouldn't even need a technical flight manual to facilitate a crash. A simple hammer to the controls would have done the work well enough, but I will retract that previous point then. I would also then like to bring forward another piece of evidence which I've been made aware of. Music, or sheet music, which was found in amongst the documents found on the plane. This sheet music had contained the music for Bobby Bo's most famous song. However, it was not the usual version of the music. This music had been altered to account for a new backup singer. Not Janny Doe, the typical backup singer, victim and personal assistant of Mary Bo, the other victim, but a brand new backup singer. This says to me that there was a plan set in motion long before the plane had been boarded to replace Johnny Doe. Perhaps this was done knowing full well that Johnny Doe was about to be killed. And as a result, plans were being put in place to continue on the music group's tour unaffected by bringing on a new backup singer, which happens to be Carrie Crow, female 26, who was not involved in the crash whatsoever, however, was associated with the group, able to step in and take over the position of the victim should everything have gone through smoothly. Yet more evidence proving that this was premeditated long before takeoff of the plane and the subsequent crash. I would like to rest for now.
Very good. Thank you, prosecutor. Would either you like to refute these claims?
Yeah, one moment. I can't say that sort of thing. I would get arrested. That's technically a crime. Shut up. Okay.
There aren't any gloves.
Going on about the music note, who had possession of this music sheet at the time with all of these devious plans and all that stuff?
The court will clarify that the music sheets were found in the tour equipment itself.
In the tour equipment itself. Who was handling the tour equipment at that time?
So, who was handling the tour equipment at that time?
Because if Bobby was in the cockpit having a cockfight with Carrie, I would like to speculate that this could have been a framing, but more information would be needed on who was handling the equipment at the time. Because it seems kind of weird that, or rather, somewhat impossible, that he could be at two places at once unless instant transmission was used, and I don't think my client is capable of doing that.
Could I please ask the defense for clarification of the point that he's making? Are you trying to imply that the music was planted by a third party?
Yes.
What evidence do you have for this?
Well, first of all, the entire case in general, there's a large sum of money that's being misused, and the defendant has very high stakes in it. So it wouldn't be out of the question to speculate a third party.
Do you know whom this third party might be?
I will figure that out along the way. I have some suspicions, but later down the trial, I'll actually lay out who this third party might be. And if they're not the culprit, then I'll just dismiss it. But I do have an inkling.
I would like
Just
I would like to draw the court's attention to this. While speculation made without basis or evidence, and would request for it to be stricken from the record.
The court will not strike this speculation from the record. There is cause for concern about a third party's involvement.
Very well. I would also like to point out that this piece of evidence, the sheet music, has been confirmed by experts that this alteration to the sheet music would have had to have been done by a skilled musician and would have been very time consuming. This is not something that could have been done easily and simply by a third party not very well versed in music and not intimately acquainted with the music of Bobby Bow. As a result, I would speculate or postulate that this provides even stronger evidence that Bobby Bow was the one that altered this music ahead of time in anticipation of Johnny Doe being unable to carry out her duties as a backup singer due to being murdered.
If the witness may raise a point, Bobby Bow has been on the Grand Ole Opry 4 times. How do you not know his music?
There's being acquainted with a man's music, and then there's being acquainted with a man's music. There's knowing all of the lyrics to it, but the in and outs and the keys and the different octaves.
Sir, this is country music.
This
The court will recognize the claim that this is country music.
Thank you, Your Honor. The witness will shut up again.
Question: was this new? Well, no, I'm not gonna say. Okay.
it's like a
Ignore
bit of
any
music that's
whispering
not
about
working.
country music and the drunken ramblings of wife beating and all that. But
And man
see.
beating.
Yes, beatings and all that. You said the sheet music would be a lengthy process. Who exactly changed these sheet musics? Because you listed would, but if this was a lengthy process, I mean, how long did the sheet music take to change, and who exactly did it? And
Well,
what evidence or claims do we have that the defendant was the only person at the time that had access to it?
well, I am
The court will
postulating.
wait, sorry, one second.
No,
The
no,
court
no.
will clarify that the length of time for the sheet music will be about 3 months to process. Go on.
As the court said, that this would be a very lengthy process, about 3 months, 1/4 of a year, in order just to alter the music sufficient enough for a new backup singer. As a result, there would have to be somebody that was very intimately knowledgeable with it and would have had to have done it 3 months prior to this point. I am postulating that this murder was planned prematurely premeditated, 3 months in advance in order to bring about the murder of these two people. And at that time, the music went through the process of being altered, as it was known that after the process, there would be no backup singer. So as a result, somebody would have to take over the role, because Bobby Bow would be in need of a new backup singer due to the murder. So I'm not saying that this was done during the time of the setting up of the flight or during the flight. I'm saying that this was done along with the planning of the murder in order to bring about the necessary changes needed to bring in a new backup singer. And it would have to have been somebody that was a skilled musician familiar with Bobby Bow's music. And out of the individuals that we know of, Janny Doe would have been the only likely one in the immediate circle of people that would have the familiarity and skills to rewrite the music. But obviously, why would she write herself out of her own music? So the only other person would be Bobby Bow. So I'm saying that this points the finger squarely at him.
All right, so if that's your case rested,
Yes.
do we know if Bobby Bow is the only skilled musician of the group?
The court will clarify in this case that, according to the profiles, besides the fact that Bobby Bow is being managed by Mary Bow, there's also Harry Ho as well in this group.
Wonderful. That's exactly what I wanted to hear. Yeah, I was actually looking at it. So Bobby Bow couldn't have been the only one with the knowledge and expertise to edit that sheet. Harry Ho is also an implication, seeing how from the dossier, stuck my toe. From the dossier, he was just as skilled as Bobby Bow, even though they've had a minor spit spat here and there. But we can't rule out the fact that Harry Ho may also have a stake in the matter, and considering if I recall correctly, digging through my coffee stain Cheeto dust folder. What
Let the
was
court
it?
Very
record
unprofessional.
show there's a coffee stain and Cheeto dust on the documents.
Coffee stain Cheeto dust. Okay. Yeah, this would happen at a Las Vegas show press. They had like a very, very angry argument that Harry said some choice words that he would, and I quote verbatim from the transcript of the of the press conference, not anime convention. A transcript of the post Las Vegas show press conference. In the middle of it, Bobby and Harry have a prideful argument in which Harry threatens to kill Bobby. The method of that killing might have been omitted, but I blame the detectives for it. He seems like he got his thing from a Cracker Jack cereal box. But yeah,
Ooh.
If the
I
witness
want to.
may interject.
Objection. All right. Object. We have an objection.
Now, an interjection.
There's only objections here. Just
I
go for it.
object.
Yep.
It is well known in country and rock and roll that death threats are in fact common. We may all remember that Jerry Lee Lewis shot a man and threatened to shoot Elvis and threatened to shoot his wife. And as we all know, Jerry Lee Lewis was a very, very mentally stable genius.
I mean, after
So,
all,
it does-
what's country music without a few death threats?
Of course, of course. Now, as we all know, sure, Harry and Barry may threaten to kill each other, but that's just common practice in this business. I'm done, Your Honor.
Thank you, witness.
Okay, that platitude really doesn't solve anything, but yeah, okay.
If I
Anyways,
might have an objection as well.
Ooh, double objection. Okay.
The defense postulates that Harry Holt, who was, we understand it, a rival of Bobby Bow, could have rewrote his sheet music to incorporate another backup singer. To what end? Why would you rewrite your rival's music for him to incorporate a new backup singer?
Very
What-
interesting.
What reason would you have to do that?
well, that's simple for framing.
So you're postulating that he would have taken 3 months to rewrite a music in order to leave that sheet music in a plane that he was going to bring down?
Yeah,
Just for the purposes of framing him.
yeah, because what better way to cover your tracks?
Can we ask the witness whether Harry Ho was anywhere near any of the inner workings of the plane? And could have
Yes, you can.
facilitated?
To my knowledge, Harry was at most involved in. I don't think he was inside the plane, if that's what you're asking.
So he never entered the plane. How then, I put to the court and to the defence, would he have been able to facilitate bringing down the plane if he was not anywhere inside the plane or near the internals of the plane to facilitate that?
Can I do one small objection? Just one.
All right. Go for it.
Did you say Carrie or Harry? Because I could have sworn you said Carrie. The implication is Harry.
Harry, excuse me, a slip of the tongue.
To the witness, because he said Carrie, so I'm a bit like all of
I'm
these
pretty
points
sure I
have
said
weirdness
Harry,
to me.
thank you very much.
Alright.
Just for the sake of clarification, you were referring to Harry, the rival
Harry
of Barry,
Ho.
of Bobby.
Harry ho.
Right, okay. So my point still stands. How would he have been able to facilitate bringing down the plane if he was nowhere near the internal workings of the plane in order to facilitate it.
Where was he uh prior to when the plane took off? If you could re-clarify, sorry.
Well, first he was in a conversation with. How was he actually? I mean, he was in the hangar. I remember last time we saw him, he was talking to. Who was it again? He was working with the equipment caravan manager.
So the
And if
cargo,
I
yes.
well, no, that is the ground base, the trucks where the trucks roll, the guitars and stuff. That didn't go on the plane. That went by road.
I see.
And if I may also add, Carrie was also on that road convoy caravan thing.
As he is the lead technician of the musical troupe, correct?
That would be a correct assumption.
So, just for clarification, for the sake of the court, Harry Ho and Kerry Ko were both organising the equipment moval by road, and in fact, not on the plane.
Yes, that is correct.
Which I would once again postulate would make it very difficult to facilitate bringing down of a plane mid-flight if you are very busy dealing with the road-based travel of the equipment.
Indeed.
I have my own stipulations, but I won't press any questions at this time. Just recording what the prosecution and witnesses are saying.
Roger, roger. Oh,
Okay.
oh. Sorry to interrupt, sirs. Sorry to interrupt, sirs. There has been a new development in our evidence gathering. We found
my
something
God.
new.
It's all such a
Objection,
report.
mistrial.
Mistrial. Listen here, this qual court does not uphold that. Anyways. Anyways, we found the airplane registration for the plane that has just crashed. In the registration, Carrie Coe was listed as the mechanic that services the plane. That is all we found, sirs. Thank you for your time.
Could you repeat that one more time? Sorry.
The detective has brought up that the registration of the plane that was in the crash lists Carrie Coe as the mechanic that services the plane.
All right.
I would just like to clarify for the court that that is not, in fact, the individual who we were talking about, Harry Ho, just in case people get confused again. Harry Ho is the rival.
Yeah,
who we were
Harry Ho,
talking about.
Carrie Coe, Barry Bow, and Jenny Doe are all different people. Somehow.
Indeed.
Are we sure they're not doppelgangers or clones?
No, that's a different case I have written up.
This case was written by George R.R. Martin.
Are we certain nobody on the group was taking schizo pills?
Well, Your Honor, I think it's well known that everyone indulges a little bit of illicit substances and also legit substances, and indeed any substance.
Indeed, we can confirm as part of the autopsy's findings that both victims were plied with barbiturates prior to their deaths.
Indeed they were. Indeed they were.
Whose turn is it?
It's anyone's turn.
Okay.
I'm already done for now.
Right. Okay. So, I would just, again, like to lay out the timeline because so far, very little of my timeline has been debunked or proven wrong. Bobby Bowl wanted his wife and his backup singer killed due to withholding funds from him in order to help build a temple for the sake of his wife's religious sect. As a result, Bobby Boat planned to kill both of them and replace his backup singer with another backup singer as part of the premeditation, and hence had the music rewritten. Hence, we have the rewritten music there. He had, as evidence shows, secreted away in the flight technical caddy a single parachute in order to make his escape, and was caught chasing out the flight's technician, Kerry Cole, from the cockpit prior to takeoff. He then drugged both of the victims with barbiturates, which he had mixed in with the coffee, which again the witness says he had seen him carrying onto the plane, which gave him sufficient enough time to spike the drink. During the course of the flight, both of the victims were unconscious due to the barbiturate spiked coffee, and his preparations had been made prior to that, owing to chasing the flight technician out of the cockpit in order to make his adjustments to the controls. However, due to some form of misadventure, was not able to get to the parachute which he had secreted away in the flight caddy. However, was able to brace himself for the crash, resulting in him being the only one left alive. On top of that, I would like to add that there does not seem to be any evidence whatsoever that the man tried to climb back into or help either his manager and wife from the wreckage or Johnny Doe, his backup singer. Leading me to believe that as a result of this lack of empathy and concern for one's own wife and one's long running colleague, that this is another nail in the coffin, that this man wanted both of them dead, as there was no attempt by him to save either of them during the course or after the crash. And I think that speaks to the man's character. I would like to rest for now. I rest for now.
Just before moving on with no further questions, let me shuffle all the way up here. Yes. What was Bobby conscious at the time of the crash, or when did he? That's one thing that might have slipped by. Was he or was he unconscious when the plane crashed? He had sufficient time to brace himself, but uh, you can still brace yourself and still receive injury.
All right, I'll clarify that for you, sir. Yes, indeed. The ranger that found the crash site when dispatched did found Bobby unconscious at the crash site.
Wonderful. So the ranger was the first on the scene, and he found the defendant unconscious with the two victims inside the plane.
Indeed.
Wonderful. I'm just going to make a note of that, and no further questions.
I would like to, if I may ask, was during the course of the investigation any evidence of tampering found with the plane?
Looking over the evidence, the court has come to a realization of something that is slightly odd with the plane. We had recovered the black box from the plane, and in this report, somehow there's a recording of the altitude at negative 3,600 mean sea level.
What?
Below sea level.
And what altitude was the crash found at? Do we know? The site of the crash.
So the site of the crash was in the west side of the Rocky Mountains at about 7,000 meters above sea level.
So I think it stands to reason that there was clear evidence of tampering, and the last person who was in the cockpit before takeoff, as our witness stated, was Bobby Bow. I would just like to draw attention of the court to that, and making it very clear that Bobby Bow had ample opportunity to tamper with the plane's altimeter in order to facilitate this crash.
I do have, just for clarification, Bobby chased Carrie out of the cockpit, correct?
That is correct, sir.
Indeed, that is
Okay.
the case.
I'm just making a note of that. Just wanted to be very certain. Very certain. Was Carrie in the cockpit first? Because from the wording, Bobby chased Carrie out of the cockpit, and Carrie was changed to the plane's technician.
Now, for what I know, I don't know if there was anyone there before Carrie, but it went Carrie, then Bobby.
Okay, just wanted to clarify that. No further questions.
I would just like to bring up that Kerry was well within his rights to be in the cockpit beforehand, owing to the fact that he was in fact the plane's technician. So why on earth would Bobby Boat chase the plane's technician out of the cockpit while making necessary pre-flight adjustments if he was not planning to tamper with the plane beforehand and needed privacy to do so? You would not walk into a mechanic's workshop and chase him out from working on a car before he was due to hand the car over to a customer, now would you? Counterproductive, yet more evidence.
Actually, that sounds pretty productive, but of personal experience, yes, that is entirely productive.
To chase a
When you
mechanic
try
away.
to, when you, yes, I am quite mechanical. When you try to duct tape a cylinder head to the upper part of an engine and say it's fixed, people would get annoyed. But backtrack into the black box report, it was tampered with. And seeing how Carrie was in the cockpit at the time, that leads to speculation that he would have efficient time. Or rather, how long was he in the cockpit? Would you or anyone else know?
Well, I'm afraid I don't know, sir. But I would assume long enough to at least mess with something if necessary.
Okay, just wanted to know. We don't know how long, but a generous estimate, long enough to tamper with something. Wonderful. No further questions. Just for on the record that I should really stop drinking and start getting sleep. Long enough to do something, but not an exact length of time, but long enough.
The
And
record does reflect that, yes.
I would also like to state that, once again, Kerry was the technician. It was within his duties to be in the cockpit before takeoff to make all the necessary preparations. But he was chased from the cockpit by Bobby Bow, who we have no reason to believe that he had any need to be in the cockpit. In fact, if it please the court, may I ask who was stated or who was slated to be the pilot of this plane?
The court let the record show that the court acknowledges that the pilot was supposed to be Bobby Bow.
So Bobby Bow would have had ample knowledge of the plane in order to facilitate a crash as well. And once again, just clarification from the witness, Bobby Bow was the one who was last seen before takeoff in the cockpit alone. Hi, Rosa.
Well, I can't be certain, but it would stand to reason, yeah.
To your knowledge, to your knowledge, yes.
To my knowledge, sure, yes.
So Bobby Bow was the last one in the cockpit, alone, which gave him more than ample time to interact and interfere with the plane, and was well versed enough in the inner workings of the plane to fly it, which stands to reason that he would also have ample knowledge of the plane to tamper with it and to bring the plane down during the course of the flight. I would just like to let the record show this.
The court does not acknowledge that Bobby Bow has sufficient knowledge to tamper with the mechanics of the plane.
If I could interject, I was about to ask that. And you said Bobby was supposed to isn't is or did. Who was actually flying the plane at the time?
But the court clarified that Bobby is the pilot at the time of the crash.
Is all right. So he's the pilot, but doesn't have sufficient knowledge, nor I would assume any form of certification in aerodynamics in the yeah, but and in doing the cha-cha slide in terms of repairing and maintenance of planes.
I would just like to interject or object here and say that you don't need to know how a car runs in order to crash it. You don't need to have a license in order to crash a car. And I would like to overlap that to say you don't need to know how a plane works in order to crash it into a mountainside.
Hmm.
Well, anyways, no further questions. I'm already just
Damn right.
typing up, writing down, trying to form a mental picture in my very disturbed head of everything going on.
I'm
But yeah,
God's
no further
drunkest
questions.
driver. Jesus is my co-pilot. So
Oh, well, maybe one question. Would it be possible to call carry code to the stand for some questioning? At least
Uh,
cross-examination, if possible. Or
Unfortunately, because of logistical problems, the court only has access to you three today.
us three today.
Well, you see, there's
Man,
only so many seats in this hall, apparently.
Mm-hmm.
man.
And I
Very
can't leave my
shiny.
seat.
Alright, so backstory about let me see, Harry and Carrico. If unless we have anything else to talk about the black box and whether or not you can smack a bunch of things on the keyboard to crash a plane, I wanted to circle into Carrie and Harry for a bit. If we're done with the black box and the assumed tampering of it.
Go ahead.
All right. Well, according to the dossier, Harry and especially Harry had serious some serious beef with Bobby. Um, according to
did not
this,
kill
Harry
everybody.
was incredibly envious of Bobby, and Carrie does have, and we have this on record, and this I'm not sure if correct, but Carrie was left seeing a casino completely naked. But but the police report does say he has severe gambling problems. And he does have stock in whatchamacallit. Where was it?
And run.
Somewhere. There we go. Yeah. We do have a collateral contract from Carrie saying that if he defaults on anything at all of their stock would be sent to Samantha, which nowhere in the dossier said
Right, I would assume
what
that's the woman we refer to as Sammy So.
Sammy so.
I might just be making that up, but we're all coming something it's called something with A in the end, you know? An E and
Yeah.
you know. Okay,
Yeah.
sorry, go on.
So I wanna speculate that Carrie Co and Harry Ho were colluding with each other to frame Bobby Bow and basically take over the show. Fucking hate these names. I I moved from mistrial because all of these names are dumb and silly.
Sustained.
Denied.
Oh. Now,
He's-
while Carrie has his issues, no one's disputing that. Fact of the matter is, both Harry and Carrie were earning more money with Bobby than without Bobby. I should know. I dip into that honeypot, 5% per show.
Why would you kill the golden goose if it's continuing to lay you golden eggs? It just doesn't make sense.
Exactly. Maybe you should ask Mary about that. Although you can't because she's comatose, but she was seen arguing with Bobby.
Wait, so she's
Mary?
alive?
No, she's
alive.
dead.
She's dead. She's dead. I would like to
Well, you
call
can't
a
ask her
shaman
how
to the
quick-
stand.
I mean, to be fair, in terms of like Phoenix Wright plots, that would fit in very well.
To be fair, Bale, I'm pretty sure you said comatose earlier, but maybe that was Bobby.
No. It was Imp that said that they were comatose at the time of the crash due to the barbiturates. But no, they're dead. They're really dead. They are extra crispy, very tender meat. I assure you.
I just so happen to have a Ouija board here. I call Mary Bo to the stand. If we could dim the lights in the courtroom, please. Get some candles.
Denied. Not since the DL6 incident is contacting the dead a valid form of procedure in the court.
Your Honor, it was a ghost bullet.
Very well.
Okay.
We'll just have to stick to just bringing her corpse in and shaking it by the shoulders.
Let the record show that has been happened before in court.
Was
In
it
real
like
life, no less.
Was it like Pope Pius or something where they put the guy's corpse
Yeah, something
on
like
trial?
that. Yeah, they put his corpse on trial, and yeah.
Okay, if that's it, I just wanted to circle back towards one instance. Witness person with the funny hat. You said you have access to financial records and have even taken 5%.
Well, of course, I'm the manager. That's my job.
Manager, wonderful. Do we have the amount of money that was supposed to
Devil
be?
starts fucking
Well, the
shaking.
exact amount of. Well, I mean, really, it doesn't matter. But just out of curiosity, how much money was Bobby's wife taken, and what
Oh,
percentage?
I'm not sure. I mean, I'm sure the detective has seen it, but I would assume it's maybe at least half. I'm sure the
500.
detectives have the exact amount.
Okay. Um.
It was a lot.
Yeah. No further questions.
I would also like to bring to the court's attention that 50% of the proceeds are going to Mary Bo. It has been well established that she is a faithful of a particular religious sect and has been donating the vast majority of her proceeds to, or will have been dedicated to helping to build a temple for said religious sect. This
I'm
was
telling
the.
you.
Yes, please go on.
I mean, the temple of Our Lady of Perpetual Taxation is a very pretty temple.
It's a very pretty temple, but not a faith that Bobby Bo was part of, and not something that he was very happy to have fully half of his money funding.
Well, he could have said no, but he didn't.
What man can say no to his wife, though?
Gary's wife. Should I say ex-wife?
Ex-wife, indeed. Makes things much easier for him now that he's got that 50% going straight into his pockets.
Well,
An accident
Yeah,
that made him a
that's
very
fine.
rich man.
No further questions. I already have some things I want to clarify later on, but I'm willing to move forward if there's anything else to it.
I am willing to rest for the time being, as I believe I've laid out my timeline of events sufficiently well for the moment, unless new evidence, witnesses, or data is being brought to light.
Indeed.
And the audience stares at the judge.
Indeed, says the judge, indeed. Yes, as I flip through all my documents here. I wonder. Maybe a certain detective has information for us.
Objection, the dog is eating my food. Let me shoo this creature away.
What's the dog doing?
A short
Sorry, sir.
recess
Sorry
to
for
deal with the
interrupting
pupper.
yet again. But a new piece of evidence has come in.
Is it the autopsy report?
It's a lab analysis about the barbiturates. They weren't just simple air sickness medication. No, they were not of a medicinal kind at all. As ulcers.
Do we have any further elaboration on what kind of barbiturates they may have been?
According to the detective's report, or the lab analysis report, they are illicit drug related, basically. So not medicinal, not like anesthesia or chemical like that, but more of a very illicit drug.
Or
Something that,
snugger?
so something that a man wanting to commit an illicit act might pay a certain back alley dealer in order to procure for the purposes of heavily sedating two people to facilitate a murder.
Indeed.
Further evidence to prove my story true.
You said 2 people to facilitate a murder, yes?
To facilitate the murder of 2 people.
Oh, okay. Just wanted to clarify. The updated drugs, they weren't anesthetics or nothing. Do we know what the exact chemical was?
Nope, not the exact chemical.
But they were
Okay.
barbiturates.
Barbiturates, drugs, cocaine. I've done it all. So
No doubt.
maybe I might have some knowledge, but still, it's definitely not how I passed the bar exam.
No, definitely not.
For the purposes for the purposes of elucidating the members of the court and the jury, could we please get a rough outline of what is meant when we say barbiturates, so that we're all on the same page here?
So the court will clarify that barbiturates is a large classification of drugs that generally are like downers. They suppress certain functions of the body.
Such as consciousness and clear thinking and motor control, yes?
Yes.
So it's sufficient to say that somebody that was on barbiturates would be sedated, yes?
Yes.
Possibly unconscious?
Yes.
No further questions.
Unconscious enough to fly a plane?
Yeah, Bobby Bow wasn't on the barbiturates. It was just Mary Bow and Jenny Doe, the 2 victims.
Yes. And
Very
just
curious.
and the updated report said that the barbiturates wasn't barbiturates, but a illicit drug.
The
Just to
barbiturates
clarify.
were illicit in nature, if I remember
Oh,
correctly.
they were illicit in nature. Okay,
Yes.
wonderful. Just wanted to make sure of that.
Yeah.
Not clinical or medical grade.
Okay.
How about veterinarian grade?
Well,
That would still work, I would think. In a large enough dose.
I need to make a note of that. Good idea.
It was the dog. The dog did it.
Dog did it.
What's
Okay,
the dog
so-
doing?
What the dog doing? Slipping barbiturates.
All right, so we've already established Barry is innocent. The dog did it. I'm gonna
The
go
dog.
pass out in my underwear.
I would once again just like to draw attention to to the court that this new shocking revelation that these barbiturates are illicit further is further evidence that my timeline of events adds up very nicely to prove Bobby Bow is guilty.
The court would like to clarify that one of the key components of your timeline of the is that Bobby Bow was the one who spiked the coffee.
Indeed, as he was the last one seen with it.
Interesting indeed.
Well, if that's all that the prosecutor has, I do want to ask the witness one thing,
Go
if
on.
possible. Do you know what Bobby Bow was wearing at the time, and could you be as detailed as possible?
What color were his underwear, Narwhal?
Now, I'd like to point out we have a business uniform. It's all rhinestone suits, you know?
Of course.
Of course,
Country
yeah.
formal.
It's country formal.
Country
What
formal.
were those
But,
country
I'm a-
formal clothing attire part of?
Country
It's
formal.
just how you dress. You know, you have a hat, you have a cheap suit. Expensive suit if you're in Nashville, but I'm afraid I don't see the point of this question, sir.
Just curious. I just wanted to know.
Oh,
Matter of factly, why are you not wearing a rhinestone suit today?
That's because my suit is made from the flesh of failed prosecutors of previous cases. I need a new tie.
Nice.
he is waving a weapon around in the air, which is part of country formal, however.
That is very country.
It's very country formal.
That's okay in this courtroom. That's fine.
And it is loaded, by the way. Just want to.
As
Very
is,
country, Your Honor.
as is the tradition for country formal. Oh, for goodness sake.
This courtroom has witnessed several times the prosecutor beat the defense unconscious in the middle of the court.
It is known.
All right. I do have some accusations, but I'm going to save those near the end, probably right before the closing statement.
Okay.
The prosecution would like to rest for the moment, as once again, no part of our timeline or the evidence that we have presented has been to our feeling sufficiently refuted for us to have to defend it.
Mm-hmm. Indeed.
The prosecution is happy to move on.
Well, defense, that time looks like it is now.
It is now. Let me see. Well, would it be possible for a 5-minute recess?
5-minute recess?
5-minute recess.
Okay. Yeah, I guess so, yeah.
Very well.
Wonderful. Give me one moment, and I'll draft something up.
Bailiff, where's my bourbon?
Where's my bourbon?
The bourbon in the court.
I'm sitting here in the witness box, mighty parched.
Your Honor, the witness will go take a piss now.
Granted. Just make sure that the toilet doesn't bite you on the way out.
Gators hiding in there.
Yeah. Taking shit.
I've been liking how this has been going so far. I'm enjoying this.
I think it's gone pretty well. I'm thoroughly enjoying it. Oh, forget.
The only thing I'm wondering is I should update in the middle or just save it to the pure end about what the leaning of the court is.
The leaning of the court.
Yes, how the court leans so far.
A little to the left.
Yeah, a little to the left, a little to the back.
Slight curve, but you know. Right. Rosa is lost. Right. Basically, we have it's based in country music. What we have, if I can outline to the rest of the court while we're waiting on Gator, the basic premise of this is that you have a country music star along with his wife and his backup singer get on a plane. They're flying the plane from Las Vegas to Los Angeles. During the course of the flight, the plane is brought down. The only person to survive is the country music singer, who's called Bobby Bowe. I am the prosecutor, and I am here to argue the case that Bobby Bowe is guilty and the one who is responsible for bringing the plane down. Gator is the defense, and who is trying to prove Bobby Bowe's innocence. Narwhal is the witness, who is a secondary manager for the music group, who was the only person currently present that witnessed the goings on the ground before the plane took off, and Bayo is everybody else, including the judge.
Especially the judge.
Especially
my
judge.
Court.
My court.
I'm Judge Bayo.
This is my kangaroo court.
Nah, it's worse than kangaroo. It's koala court.
It's a koala court.
Your Honor.
So my basic story is that I believe that Bobby Bowe did it. He basically had this planned at least 3 months in advance, because there's evidence that somebody, I postulate that it was him, I propose that it was him, rewrote the music, his music, in order to account for a new backup singer, because he knew that his backup singer, who was the other victim, would be killed in the plane crash. He then mixed barbiturates in with the coffee to knock out the two victims. He was the last one seen in the cockpit, interfered with the controls of the cockpit to bring the plane down, hid a spare parachute in one of the trolleys on board the plane in order to make his getaway. The plane came down, something happened, he couldn't get to the parachute in time, and as a result was caught in the plane crash, but because he was the only one conscious on the plane, managed to survive. And that's my story. And apparently Rosa thinks the Gator did it.
Gator did it.
Let's not rule that out. When I'm blacked out, I'm blacked out.
Anything could have happened there. I could have been on that plane, I don't know. The prosecution would like to ask the witness, was Gator seen in the vicinity of the plane before takeoff?
He was not, Your Honor.
Damn.
I know I was at a hangar. I guess the news will find that. All right. Anyways, okay, so going back to the thermos, I already have a small speculation. First and foremost, I want to speculate that the witness is the ringleader of all this, seeing how he's the manager and has not only financial records, but is also skimming from the top. So he could have.
Objection.
I double objection.
I counter object.
Counter object? That's not how it works.
I
All
play
right, go for your
counter spell.
What the defendant refers to as skimming from the top is called my contractual fee.
Contractual free.
Fee, I get paid to manage. I get paid in percentages. That is not skimming from the top. Thank you very much.
Skimming from the top, yet we don't have any contracts of exact percentiles. But whatever. Anyways, other than that, I have strong, very strong belief that both Harry and Carrie were colluding against Bobby. I keep forgetting which Bobby. That Bobby. Yes. Going back to the thermos. Okay, so you said that the formal attire was just suits and all that. And the thermos kind of proves that. Oh, I closed out a bit. Okay, there it is. Wonderful. Wrong tab. So the attire did not have gloves, obviously, involved, as the fingerprint dusting has showed Mary, Janny's, and Carrie's fingerprints on it. Mary and Janny were the victims, yes, but we can't rule out the fact that Carrie's fingerprint was on the thermos. He could have easily given, I mean, it's not ruled out that he could have given both Mary and Jenny the inhibitors, not the
Barbiturates.
nanomachines, the barbiturates, the
Objection. Were Carrie or Harry's fingerprints found on the thermos?
Carrie's was. And just to reiterate, Carrie did have gambling debts, and seeing how whatchamacallit, Mary did have a large sum. We can, I mean, the motive is there for him to not only collude with Harry to use Bobby as a scapegoat, but there could have been an agreement between the both of them on how that money would be split. So obviously, the motive would be to cover his gambling debts.
Can we pause here for a second? Bale's stream has gone down.
Oh,
Bale's
no,
gone.
Bale.
So Bale missed all of
Oh.
that. He missed
Oh,
everything.
so I was. It was rigged. I was right.
It was rigged
Media
from the
blackout.
start.
It's like when the FBI. It's just like when the FBI. When I exposed them that birds weren't real.
The birds weren't real.
I,
The
get,
government did
I exposed to
9/11.
the birds that
aren't
FBI
real.
wasn't real.
I would like to propose a short recess while we wake the judge back up.
JFK isn't really dead. He's a cyborg underneath Washington.
Right, let's just see if we can get Bale back.
Not a guarantee, to be honest.
Because I know that you were chatting before stream that he was having
Yeah, we
some
were chatting
issues.
yesterday when his stream wouldn't work.
Shit. Does he have like a mobile device he could rejoin on a phone, and we could just
I
like
don't know.
wrap this up quickly?
Believe it or not, I don't know everything about Bayo's kitchen. I assume he
Really?
streams from his kitchen because it fucking sounds like it sometimes.
Narwhal?
What's up?
I would be saying that with that echo.
What do you mean by that? I'm not streaming from the kitchen, at least.
I'm streaming from the bathroom.
God damn.
So you're in the bathroom and he's in the kitchen?
I'm not actually in the bathroom. I'm saying Narwhal's in the bathroom.
Yeah, I can prove I'm not.
He's going to send us another picture of his foot.
Yeah,
I
but
hear
which
the
foot?
toilet flush in the background.
And Gator's not using a headset again.
I'm not using a headset. How could you tell?
I've
Because
heard.
You get out of your chair every 2 minutes to yell at the dog, usually, so I know you don't use it.
Plus, I could hear myself once or twice.
Yeah, that was on Gator's end.
No worries. Well,
You should worry.
why should I worry?
Because you might hear some incriminating evidence and you could be assumed as a implicator in one of my many schemes.
Dirty bomb.
We just hear a sound of what sounds like somebody punching a bucket of macaroni in the background of Gator's house.
It's macaroni, of course, yes.
Of course it's mac. I mean, what else could it be? As we all know, Gator loves his punch macaroni. But we'll give Bale a minute.
I mean,
We'll
we
see
don't
if
have
we
much
can
choice, do we?
Yeah, I suppose so.
Don't have
I mean,
much choice on the
if-
next episode.
yeah, like I mean, if Bale doesn't come back, I suppose we could try and pick it up again another time whenever we're all free. If you wanted to do that.
Connecting this story with facts and logics.
With facts and logic.
Oh,
Like that.
Bayo's live again, I think. On
Oh,
I saw him
yes.
ping up on Steam.
Yeah, I did the same. Wait, is the boy back?
We're
Bayo,
back.
say a slur if you're there.
Jesus Christ.
Say a slur, Bayo.
He would never.
Really?
Yeah.
And something hornets. I think he's prejudiced against hornets. Bees and hornets often don't mix.
Real. He's gonna jump on a hornet and vibrate until it's so hot it dies of heat exhaustion. I've fucking seen that shit. It's brutal. Please, Bayo. Survive. Survive.
It would be better if he doesn't. That means I just win by default.
Nah, that just means what does it mean actually?
And in the Phoenix Wright world, it's guilty until proven innocent, I'll have you know. It's Japanese law. 95% successful conviction rate.
The other 5% is not guilty.
The other 5% is killed before the trial reaches a conclusion.
That is pretty common, yeah.
See? Bayo needs to come back, otherwise Bobby's getting the chair.
Bobby is not getting the chair.
He's getting the chair. We're gonna waterboard him with raw milk, and then he's getting the chair.
I don't know why everybody wants the chair. Just a gun can do the job much quicker.
Yeah, but the chair's cleaner.
It's also more expensive and time consuming.
Yeah, but it's more fun. You get to watch a guy fry. That's like 9/10 of the point of an execution. It's why you have a gallery. People want to see a guy get killed. You don't want to just have it done and over with.
People also want to see a guy blow up.
Maybe.
Not in the sense of going to the gym. Although some people do like to see that. Get swole.
Yeah. I mean, like, back in the old days, an execution was a day out. You took the kids. You want to see a guy get his head chopped off?
Well,
you know what? The French had it right. We need that we need to bring back the guillotine. I mean, was it Kai Cenat who was broadcasting an execution recently?
wouldn't surprise me at this point.
He had paid some.
Oh, hang on. I think Bayo's going live again.
He was, but then he stopped.
For God's sake.
But Kai Cenat paid some guy to get hanged on stream. He was all for it right up until the guy was hanging there. And then he said, "What the fuck? That's horrible. Why would you do that?" What were you expecting? You paid a man to get hanged. I'm sitting here just refreshing Bayo's page, hoping he comes back. Oh, wait. Maybe.
I've heard this before.
The dog.
Bayo. Are you alive?
Well, he's not in the voice call, so no.
He's live though, like confirmed live.
Ah.
He's up.
Still not in the voice call.
We can hear him. We'll have to just work through Twitch chat. Bayo, the boy's back. Bayo, we can hear you. Wait. Buffering. Please. Oh wait. You might be dead again. He might be dead. Yeah, I think he died. No.
Ah, this is so sad. Can we get 5 gift subs?
To Narwhal channel.
Ah, yes, please.
This is so sad. Can we get 10 million gift subs to Gator?
Yes, I like being rich.
I mean, you've got to stock up now. You're like saving up for your trip to Japan, right?
Mm, I am. I also have to, let's see. I might well, no, that would be incriminating myself. I'm gonna keep that to myself.
Come on.
That's
Look, there isn't exactly a whole lot left for me to not discover about you.
Oh, no, I'm gonna keep that. I'm gonna keep that to myself. The Hans Doodledorf incident of 2019. Wait, no, 2012 rather.
oh,
Oh, there you are.
the bee, Beo.
Oh, 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 oh. Oh,
Oh,
We can hear you, Beo.
okay. I live. I finally live. Oh, well, OBS isn't alive, but Discord's alive.
So we're like halfway there.
Halfway there.
whoa.
There.
Living on a prayer.
Living on a prayer. Okay, the OBS is coming back online.
Oh, good. We've tried our best to continue waffling. Oh no. Hello?
He hasn't left. He's just failed. Give him a chance.
But his thing started buffering. No.
Did you all know that there are people who willingly live in City Place? Which
What's
is
that?
inside state.
What's that?
It's a place full of shit.
So like California
Yeah, sure.
or what's the other one? Oregon?
I think it needs to be more specific.
Yeah, just all of
Or
it. Just
less
all
specific,
of it.
I'm not sure.
That's like a pretty big issue in a lot of these like mega big cities in the US, right? They're just being full of human shit. And I mean that in the literal sense.
Oh, I believe you.
Was it San Francisco that had that app that was brought up where it like track instances of human feces?
Oh, yeah, I think, yeah. They have a bit of a homeless issue there.
Happiness.
Did you just say penis bail?
Okay, I see Discord's going. Ah,
Was
Well,
that
it was
just
going
me?
poorly until it wasn't going.
yeah, it was going until it wasn't. All right.
That's how
Is
they
it
said.
Oh,
is it the
OBS is
internet
getting.
or is it
Yeah,
OBS?
it's definitely my internet. I can
Oh,
see the modem give its signal that it's not happy. In and out, in and out.
You have to understand that Bayer lives in a small village
I
in the
see.
middle of nowhere.
I see.
Mm-hmm. Okay,
Get that
I think.
Starlink.
I actually got a Starlink at a village today, so
Possibilities.
I'm not sure why I would need Starlink personally, considering that my internet works.
For now.
Eh.
Just wait until the nukes start dropping. You're gonna want Starlink. That's all I'm saying.
I'm pretty sure that if everything blows up, I'm sure the satellites will somehow fall down at some point.
I mean, I suppose it would really all depend on how high they were airbursting the nukes, right?
Well, it doesn't matter. All satellites are inherently kind of always low-key falling. In
Yeah,
a
but just
sense.
super slow, right? Like really slow.
Yeah, well, still, and they're also going to run out of power at some point.
Nuh-uh. You got solar panels and those things last forever.
I don't know how to tell you this, buddy, but no.
Nuh-uh. Solar panels last forever. It's true. Oh, Rebeo. The stream just keeps going up and coming down again. What's the plan then? What do we do? Do we just carry on
declare
waiting?
everyone guilty. I don't know. I mean, I'm just here.
Who do you think did it, Narwhal?
It's not fair because I know who did it.
Who did it though?
I think I'm fairly confident on who did it as well.
I mean, I
I'm
know
not
who
gonna
did it.
spoil.
I know who did it.
I know who did it.
I know who
Well,
did it.
how so we all know who did it.
Yeah. So let's just put Barry Bow in the chair.
No,
Yeah, because
put
he.
Jasper
Wasn't
in
the
the chair.
Finch's opinion on that?
You know what? I second that motion. Let's put Jasper in the chair.
What did I do?
You showed up on something that wasn't full cowboy formal. That's all I'm saying.
That's a fair point.
Where's your gun? Where is it, Narwhal?
It's up my ass.
What the fuck was that?
That's just Florida noises.
Clinched his butt cheeks a little too hard, and it fired off a round.
Have you never just farted loudly before?
I would like to request a short recess as I've blown my rectum off.
Wrecked him, damn near killed him.
I would just like to draw the court's attention to the fact that my asshole is in pieces. No, Beo's just gone. So how's the weather been where you two guys are?
Winter.
Winter.
Cold. I have to wear a shirt.
That's terrible.
Horrifying, isn't it?
Yeah, the shirt I'm wearing is actually just painted on. The tie is fake.
Oh.
As is traditional for Southern formal.
Oh yeah. Outer attire is acceptable, but anything underneath is unnatural. It's all body
No.
painted on. I did mine with finger paints.
I thought you just got dunked into just like a massive barrel of black paint.
Yeah, that's how they're born, you know?
Yeah, that's expensive. That's like a car wrap. You
Or
haven't
is it
seen the one videos of people dunking in like bumpers and car parts into this weird vat, and it would wrap all around the part. It looks pretty nice.
That looks pretty cool. I don't know how
Witchcraft,
long it
if
would
you ask
last.
me.
It's witchcraft. It's witchcraft.
I also think my dog's a witch. I said witchcraft, and she instantly looked at me.
You gotta be careful. She'll steal your soul.
And your time and your shoes.
And your money.
No, I just gotta keep. I mean, I do call her baby eater, but she's a good. She's a good pupper.
For the most part.
And the more dangerous the name, the more kinder pit bulls are. So she is an angel that eats babies.
That's why every pit bull that's called Princess has statistically, verifiably eaten a child.
Of course.
Rosa is saying that she's underneath my bed when I sleep.
That's a bit creepy, Rosa.
That'd be weird.
Prosecution would like to call Rosa to the stand for being a schizo. What are you doing under that man's bed?
Eating children.
Eating children.
Oh, so that's the subliminal messages I keep hearing in my sleep. Water bug, loser. I thought it was a rap song. A very lazy one.
Ah, well.
But you are a water bug, though.
No.
Yeah. But if you say it enough, it becomes true, and she's been saying it a lot.
Water roach.
Yeah. You saying that she's lying? Calling Rosa a liar?
I am saying that she might be exaggerating, not necessarily lying.
That's terrible. You're gonna take that, Rosa? Calling you a liar.
kind of like exaggerating when Boca PD decided to cross multiple county lines to reach me a while back.
Oh, right. There's a story behind that.
Boy, well, I am a very dangerous person
I know.
on paper. On paper, anyways. Oh, Cookie!
Where's
Cookie!
Where's Cookie? Where's the boy? Oh, Bale's
Ah,
back.
Bear came.
He's returned. Return of the King.
Good,
alive
I don't
again.
have to
And
incriminate myself.
I'm sorry. The thing is just utter shit.
All
It's
right,
not your
U.S.
fault you live in
trial
a small
slam
village.
dunk.
This
GG no
calls
RE.
this calls for a swear. You're allowed one swear, Bale. Say it.
Fuck.
There we go.
Kind of
There
weak,
you
but I'll accept it.
It's one of the big
It's
ones.
weak. Anyways, we were lefting off about the fingerprints, Carrie's fingerprints.
Yeah, I was gonna say prior to the plane's takeoff, where was Harry? If
Harry,
witness would know.
Harry or Carrie?
Harry, as
Or
in
I gotta sneeze.
Harris. Oh,
No, no,
dirty
no. Ow. Harry. Excuse me for reading my notes real quick. My client, yeah, he was coordinating. So I'm just reading again here. What am I saying?
He was coordinating the equipment caravan for all of the equipment that was going to be traveling by road.
Harry was coordinating the caravan driver with the equipment situation.
So he wasn't on the plane.
Okay, I have my speculations. My slam dunk powerhouse thing with the Phoenix Wright music playing in the background. Okay, so the presumed timeline that I would like to say was there is indeed a second thermos. The one with the prince, well, the second thermos was unaccounted for. But yeah, so what would have gone down? Barry went into the plane with a
We're not
thermos.
live.
Oh, not live, not
Bale
live.
died
I thought
again.
Bale is he's escaping
Maybe
the
at some
truth.
point we should
Bale
just
did
finish it up without Bale at this point.
Bale did it. It was
Yeah,
Carrie
that'll
with
do.
Harry being the accomplice.
We have no evidence of that. It's bullshit.
I have plenty of evidence.
Show me the second
I have-
thermos.
The thermos wasn't accounted for. Are you
So-
telling me you keep empty cups in the car after you're done drinking it?
They were mid-air, mate.
Have
Were you
you
going to just open a window and throw the
Are
thermos
you saying
out?
that airplanes don't have windows?
You said you could open an airplane window?
Yeah, you can.
Really?
I mean, it depends on the plane, but
Bro's never heard of explosive decompression.
let's not presume that Bale understands how planes work.
Gainer gets on a flight, it's the best stuff in here. Fucking goes to roll down the window, gets sucked down into the void.
It's not like it's not explosive decompression that you like get violently sucked out of the window.
You do, because the air pressure up there is different from down here. The cabin of all airplanes are all civilian airplanes, the modern ones, are pressurized. Unless you're
Wait,
talking
what type
about...
of plane was it?
It's like a little civilian
Private
airplane.
A tiny civilian? Yeah, but that's like
Like a private plane.
okay, but what's
I
the
would-
model of the private?
I would just like to
He
say that
doesn't
once
know.
the fucking
He doesn't know.
the entirety of your case is being built upon him rolling down the window and throwing out a second thermos that we don't know exists.
Okay, hold on. Oh man, this guy's messaging me at like the worst possible moment.
To wait, a man's life is at risk.
Man's life. I never liked my client anyways, but I know he didn't do it.
You know what? Why don't we just roll out the chair and get this guy cooking? Let's just finish this up, shall we? You know what? Can we just like start a poll on my chat and just yeah, did Bobby Bo do it? Yes or no? We'll just end it there.
Well, I might as well at this point. I'm Snotty, by the way. Hi, Snotty, I'm Dad.
Right. Okay. Right. So Imp was found guilty. I'm not. It wasn't me, but it might have been Gayer.
I mean,
Most
there's no
likely would have.
saying it could be all of us. Maybe we should just resolve this case between the three of us. I suggest a head off.
I don't know. I've got a pretty nice hat.
Eh.
Right. Right.
So,
I'm setting up the thing. Right. I've set up a poll. The people in my chat can decide.
we will solve this case democratically.
As is tradition.
No, absolutely not. He didn't do it. Believe me,
He did do
he
it.
has
Everything
no.
presented
Who
any
would you
evidence.
believe? Someone that just like throws out wild accusations, or someone who talks to the police on a nightly basis to cover up his actions?
I presented a well thought out prosecution based on evidence which was presented to me and have a clear, concise timeline of what happened. Everything is accounted for. Oh, Bale's back.
Oh.
Bale?
Okay.
Welcome from the bottom of the barrel.
Why does this keep happening?
The internet hates you.
It does hate me. It hates me so much. Like, I'm not even doing anything to it, and it keeps deciding to go in and out.
Do you have like a mobile device that you could pull up on Discord?
I mean, oh, that's a good idea. Let me
Yeah,
just.
we'll just fucking
Finish
do
it.
it on the Imp
Just
stream.
just finish it quickly on my stream, and we can maybe pick it up and do it properly another time if you wanted to do that.
In another decade.
Another decade. It just sometimes does this. Yeah, okay.
We good?
Yeah, items.
Okay, so everyone voted that no. Awesome.
However,
No,
let
they
me just
didn't.
put the
the
nail in the
judges were done.
coffin.
It's null and void.
Bobby Bo, a murderer? No. Wonderful. I'm about to get the heaven of mandate, or the mandate of heaven, in a
There
little
we go.
bit when I write the story with the facts and knowledge.
Okay.
Facts and the knowledge.
Okay, Ben Shapiro. So, when we were last left off, Bayo was crying, and Ada was about to provide slam dunk evidence.
Slam dunk evidence that hasn't been addressed.
What was the
So-
evidence?
Oh, the habituates, the cocaine, the downers, the whatever it was.
Barbiturates.
It was from the thermos that had Mary and Jenny and Carrie's fingerprints on it.
Yes.
If Barry wasn't wearing gloves and he walked on to the plane with hold on, that's my take your time. All right, I will take my time. But yeah, so it wouldn't there's no correlation to Barry actually giving Mary and Janny it. But let me go back to the big two things. The main culprit is Carrie. The motive was to cover gambling debts, which he was on the power down slide of defaulting, and his accomplice was Harry, who was the only person knowledgeable enough to change the notes. Moreover, because he was in charge of the equipment swapping, he was with the whoever. He had plenty of access and time to plant those notes, to not only make the notes, but plant the notes as well. That's one.
Objection.
Objection of what?
Again, it's just country music. It's not that complicated.
3 months.
But 3 months to change uh, a thing, to change the thing. But still, he had plenty of time, and when it came to actually put it in the luggage, he had open access to do so.
Yeah, but so did I, and you're not accusing me, are you?
I want to say that you orchestrated the entire thing, but there's not enough evidence to do so.
That is humbug, sir.
Although, if you want to take the fall, man, that's just a win-win for everyone.
I know we already established that it's Bobby who did it.
There we go. See,
Yeah, see, yeah, but still, Harry's the accomplice. He had plenty of access and time to change it and plant it. While Carrie is guilty for murder because he handed the thermos to Mary and Jenny, who both drunk it and became um they became unconsciously dead.
why would as was established by our witness here, Kerry was making an awful lot of money working with Bobby, Mary, and Jenny. So why would he, as I said before, kill the golden goose? If he has gambling issues, he would be wanting to remain employed so he could continue to pay off the debts.
That would be Carrie. Oh, well, that's where. But where the hell is my? I have way too many tabs open. That's I mean, one. That's where the collusion. Ba. That's where the collusion with both him and Hair. Uh, all of these names are stupid, and I almost said a bad word. I'm just gonna say Bob and Dob from now on. Bob being Bobby, Dob being whoever.
We already have a
Damn.
Bobby.
Harry the
Okay.
rival and Kerry the
Carry
technician.
carry the tech. Okay, rival. So the rival was just as skilled as Bobby. So there would be no problem if Bobby was taken out of the picture because the rival didn't like Bobby to begin with and even threatened to kill him. He was just as skilled. So as stated, you have two golden gooses. It's just one was a little bit smaller.
Bobby Bow had the name. He is, after all, a renowned country singer. If the renowned country singer dies, then you're not going to get as many people in. Because after all, let's face it, whenever there's a concert or a musical gig or something like that, people very often will buy tickets based on the brand, based on the name. If you kill Bobby Bow, there goes an awful lot of the followers. Are they going to be showing up for Harry Ho?
That's business.
Yeah.
That's business. But the best laid plans often go awry. There was
For
a new country singer that was gonna be brought on.
yes,
That
We
Geg.
even
isn't on
established that's
top
a
yet.
fact yet.
Carrie Crow was a backup singer which was loosely involved with the musical group, but not actively involved in the musical group. I had postulated that is who Bobby Bow had shortlisted for replacing Janny Doe, who was his current backup singer after he killed him.
Even so, why would you take the risk?
Risk for what?
Well, people make dumb risk and dumb
And let's
plans.
say
Which
Bobby did it. Why would Bobby risk killing himself to replace a singer?
He wasn't risking killing himself. His plan was originally to escape via the single parachute which was stored in the within the technical flight caddy, which was found on board. One parachute and only one. But there
Only
seems to have
one.
been
And who had access to that caddy prior to taking off the plane?
Everyone.
yes. But two of
It's
the
not
Agreed.
like
people,
it's some kind. It's not Fort Knox.
but Bobby was the only one who was conscious in order to make use of that.
Alright. Well,
And
I'll let Bale decide, but I will say Harry, rival and technician. I keep forgetting who's who because all of these names are goofy. Harry, there we
Harry's
go.
the rival, Kerry's the tech.
Harry, wait, Carrie's the tech?
Kerry's the tech.
Yeah.
Harry is the rival.
Harry's the rival. Alright. No, yeah, Harry not only had time to plant the notes, but that parachute as well.
Why
It's
would
both of
Harry?
them.
Why would Harry plant a parachute? He wasn't on
Because
board.
that frames Bobby from like he's gonna jump out of the plane after he crashes it.
And why bother with any of that? Why bother framing Bobby at all? Why not just kill him?
I know, right?
Why not drug all three of them? But like,
Well, it's easy.
if these two men, Harry and Kerry, were wanting Bobby out of the picture, surely you would drug him, Mary, and Janie, and take all of them out. But Bobby hadn't been drugged at all. And what's more, why would you leave a potential escape route for the man you're trying to kill on the plane? This doesn't make sense.
I mean, how's it? What's easier to cover tracks, having an scapegoat, or you have three people dead and no one to pin it on?
Just call it an accident.
Oh, whoopsie doopsie! I somehow drugged myself and my two bitch wives.
Yeah. Why not? They were country singers. As is already established, they're using all sorts of illicit drugs. Sex, drugs, and rock and roll isn't only for rock and rollers.
Apparently not.
The
And
court would like to clarify, what was the prosecution's statement of motive for Bobby being the murderer?
Bobby wanted his wife and her assistant out of the way because they were funneling at least half of all the money that he was making towards a religious sect in order for them to build a temple. He was not happy about this and wanted them out of the way so that he could have the money for himself. The witness had established that prior to entering the plane, there was a heated argument between both Bobby and Mary about something which seems to be alluding to this.
Interesting indeed.
It was
So
indeed
money.
about the money.
There we go.
And do you want me to recap mine? Just
Yeah.
my general summary.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, sure.
Well, the main culprit is Carey. I want to speculate he made the plans. He did it to cover his gambling debts. Moreover, with his accomplice Harry, it would be prudent of him to frame Bobby, seeing how the issue with him and his wife would be a perfect alibi to not implicate both Carey and technician Harry. Wait,
No,
yeah,
Carrie.
damn, Bob, damn, everything, weirdos. Okay, Carrie and Harry, it would be prudent for them to pin the pin the blame on Bobby because that's a reason too. But with Carrie being able to tamper with the box, he had more than ample time to do so. And his fingerprint was on the thermos that Mary and Jenny had on it, which wasn't refuted by the prosecution.
I
The
could
man with the
refute.
funny
I could refute that right now if you would like.
Sure.
Well, once again, we have a witness here that identifies that he had seen Bobby with the thermos entering the plane. So just because there's no fingerprints on there doesn't refute the fact that we have eyewitness testimony that before takeoff, Bobby Bolt was in possession of the thermos. Is that not correct,
Which thermos?
witness?
That is correct. Bobby was indeed holding the thermos, but I would not go amiss to remind you that, honestly, everyone could have touched the thermos because it's coffee.
And yet only 3 sets of fingerprints were found on it.
With Bobby's not on it.
But
But I do have one
as the
follow-up.
witness just said, everybody could have come into contact with it because it's a thermos. So why aren't there more fingerprints on it? And why aren't Bobby's fingerprints on it when we have eyewitness testimony that it was in Bobby's possession before entering the plane?
Because the possibility of being multiple thermoses. I mean, what did this one thermos look like that Bobby had? And what did the thermos on the scene look like?
That's a question for the detectives.
But I do have to ask you, witness, what did the thermos Bobby had at the time? What did it look like? What color?
I'm terribly sorry, but I was busy, thinking about the whole everything else but the thermos. We're talking hundreds of thousands of dollars. We're talking about equipment, interpersonal drama. Why should I think about a thermos?
All right, so
I
we
hadn't a clue.
have no correlation to piece together that the thermos Bobby walked into and the thermos recovered on the scene were even the same thing. We just
Uh,
know a thermos was involved, and a thermos had three sets of fingerprints that wasn't Bobby's on it.
do you think that it could be possible that during the course of a plane crash that there may have been damage which could have obscured or destroyed the fingerprints on the outside of it?
That would be a question for the detective because there would have been at least some identifiable piece of
There
Bobby's fingerprints on it.
there may have been some
But
there may have been some fingerprints on it, but there may not have been enough fingerprints due to the damage to identify it positively as Bobby's.
The court will
that
clarify that the plane crash would not remove the fingerprints.
No, but
Well,
can we confirm that there was only one thermos in the plane crash residue at the time?
the court will confirm there is only one thermos.
Then it seems that we can assume that it's the same thermos.
I beg to differ because there isn't a one all be all set thermos.
Well,
But
we
I'll leave that for bail.
The court will confirm there is only one thermos.
then
Alright.
it stands to reason that it would be the same thermos that we have eyewitness testimony confirming that Bobby was in possession of, regardless of whether the fingerprints were on it or not. There are a number of ways in which the fingerprints could have been removed between then and now. Could have been wiped off. Maybe somebody was pouring coffee, they spilled a little bit of coffee down the side of the thermos, wiped it off. There goes Bobby's fingerprints.
But Bobby was flying the plane, or rather crashing it, as you say. So
Yeah, but it doesn't have to be him who was wiping it. Mary pours Janny a cup of coffee mid-flight, spills a little bit of it down the side of the thermos, wipes it off with a napkin or something while Bobby's flying.
uh-huh. Well, other than that, it would show that Carrie did have the bad thermos in question, with Harry having access to plant evidence on the plane. So to sum things up, the main culprit, Carrie, motive to cover the debts. He spiked
Ob-
the thermos. What?
Objection.
Oh, what?
Covering the debts does not make sense as a motive because Bobby was the one in the whole music group, his wife and his backup singer along with him were the ones that were facilitating his salary, which was helping to pay for his debts. Why would he kill the golden goose?
That's for him to say. I mean, maybe he's confident enough to take over the reins.
Well, then that puts out that puts the motive completely out if the defense can't even explain the motive to us.
Well, what's the popularity? Well, that's all speculation. Either way, my general summary was that he He's the one that spiked the thermos. His fingerprints were on it. Uh, with no. Uh, how can I halfway do? Yeah. Well, just a small summary. Uh, Perry spiked the drinks. Plant. Uh, damn. Hold on. Notes. Where are you? I need to stop ad libbing. Okay. Yeah. Carrie tampered with the black box. He had plenty of time on the plane. Actually, he had more time on the plane if Barry went into it to chase him out. So he had more than enough time to tamper and give Mary and Jenny the bad thermos. Uh, we don't know what the thermoses look like. We just know that there's a thermos. So there's no concrete evidence to say if it was even the same thermos Barry had in his hand. And Harry had plenty of time to not only plant the parachute and the notes, but he also had the ability and skill to change the notes to kick Bobby out of the picture. So that would be the general summary. Harry did the murdering, Harry did the planting.
If I could refute everything that had just been said there,
Sure.
you once again, you had said that Kerry's fingerprints were found on the thermos, but we have eyewitness testimony saying that Bobby was also in control of the thermos, so they had ample opportunity to spike the coffee with Bobby had ample opportunity to spike coffee with the barbiturates. You made some allusions to the fact that there may have been a second thermos. The second thermos is neither here nor there. On top of that, there was only one thermos found at the scene. You say that Kerry was in the cockpit, but Bobby, once again, was the last person seen in the cockpit and was flying the plane, so also had equal and ample opportunity to bring the plane down. He was in control of it during its descent, after all. You say that Kerry and Harry were the two that were involved in the murder. Kerry had massive gambling debts. Why would he kill the man that was paying for his paying his salary, which, as the witness states, was quite a handsome salary? You're killing the golden goose here, which would not help with his gambling debts. And you're saying that Harry framed him because he wanted him out of the way because he was his rival. Why bother going through all of the effort of framing Bobby Bow when you could just simply kill him? Why not spike his drinks or with barbiturates, or tamper with it in such a way to ensure Bobby Bow's murder? Why go through three months worth of rewriting of music and the leaving of an extra parachute in order for Bobby Bow to make his escape when you could just simply kill him along with the other two victims? It doesn't make any sense why you would go through all that when you could simply kill him and have it written off as another aeronautical accident. I postulate that the defence's motive makes no sense here, and there isn't ample evidence to substantiate his claims.
I do have one question for the witness. Who got on the plane first? Because from the case, it said Bobby went onto the plane to chase Carrie out. Would you say Carrie was the first one in the plane?
Well,
Or like who got on the plane first?
as I said, I don't know if there was anyone on the plane before Carrie, but the order was definitely Carrie, then Bobby. And I assumed anyone else who went on board after Bobby, and I assume after Carrie left.
Just to clarify, what was the time difference when Carrie first entered the plane, then Bobby entered the plane? How many like minutes, hours would you say have gone by?
Well, seeing as I did see Carrie before he went into the plane, I would say a couple of minutes, maybe.
Couple of minutes, and he was the technician.
Well, he was technician of many things.
Technician of many things. But yeah, I've already said everything that I wanted to say. That would probably be my closing statement. It would normally come down to either the judge or the jury of the final verdict. But as I said, my main case is we don't have enough evidence for Barry to be convicted. We have assumptions and a motive, but the crux of the matter is the same smoking thermos does not have his fingerprints on it, yet it's assumed he drugged it.
He he was once again last seen in control of the thermos. So we have eyewitness testimony that he was last seen in control of the thermos. Is that not correct, witness?
That would be correct. Although far be it for me to say who was carrying the thermos inside the plane, but
he was in control of the thermos for a period of time, yes?
he was. He was.
So fingerprints or no, we have eyewitness testimony.
I can also say that Count Chocula is real, but that doesn't mean he is.
Do we have eyewitness testimony that Count Chocula is real?
I can't say I've met him.
Right, are you finished your closing statement, Gator?
Yeah, I'm pretty much done. I've already laid out my reasoning for why he's not guilty.
Well, for my closing statement, I would just like to reiterate my refutation of his assertion. Bobby was the last person seen with the thermos by the eyewitness that we have here, who is, I'm assuming, under oath. So regardless of whether the fingerprints are there or not, we can place the coffee thermos in the hands of Bobby Bow before takeoff. There's another assertion that I think the defense is thrown out about the idea of a second thermos. The court, the detective, and the eyewitness has stated that there's only one thermos was ever seen or found. Kerry was in the cockpit beforehand, but that makes sense for the sake of it being him being the plane's technician. Of course he would be in there. But Bobby went in and chased him out so that he could have privacy in the cockpit. So he had equal opportunity to tamper with the plane before takeoff and during takeoff, as he was the pilot. Plenty of time in the cockpit by himself to tamper with the plane. You say that Kerry was part of a plot to kill Bobby and his wife and backup singer. Why would he kill the Golden Goose when he had outstanding and, as I understand it, eye-watering gambling debts? It was as a result of Bobby's music career that he was able to pay off his gambling debts. And with respect to Harry, his rival, framing Bobby for the plane, why would he bother framing him when he could simply kill him? If you have the man on a plane that you know is going to crash because you've tampered with it, why would you bother going through the trouble of spending 3 months rewriting music for a new backup singer, placing a parachute on board to allow Bobby Bow to escape, when you could do away with all of that and simply have him die in the fire explosion that resulted? Bobby Bow, it is clear, had means, motive, and opportunity. The motive was that he wanted to have his wife and his backup singer / his wife's assistant out of the picture so that he could take the money that she was making and squandering, as he saw it, on the building of a temple for her religious sect to which he didn't belong. So he wanted her out of the picture for the money. The means, you had the ability to, as the plane's pilot, to facilitate, by fair means or foul, the plane crashing. You had which facilitates the opportunity. He was seen by eyewitnesses in control of a coffee thermos, which provides ample opportunity to have him spike it with barbiturates, to which both of the victims were subjected to, as evidenced by the autopsy from the coroner. And he was the only one conscious at the time, which allowed him to survive the crash, which he was able to crawl away from unscathed. So, as a result, I feel like nothing that I've placed here has been refuted adequately by the defense. And the counter story that has been provided by the defense, I've refuted, I feel, quite adequately. So as a result, I would rest my case and hand it over to the court and the jury.
Very well.
Jury.
So the court has come to a decision. The court hereby finds Bobby Bow guilty.
Let's go! Can I table a motion to have him executed by the electric chair?
We're probably gonna put them in the guillotine. Don't worry.
Oh, that's fine. Can I have tickets? Can I be there when it happens?
Yeah, sure.
Oh, well, next weekend
Running
sorted for me, lads. I know where I'm going to be. Justice is done,
Right,
and I'm
yeah,
very happy.
And that's the whole case.
Nice. Now, who really done it?
Okay, so if we want to do the post case recap,
Mm.
so Bobby's plan was the
I need to remove that.
parachute, as Imp had figured out. But what interesting went down here is that Imp actually was able to pin Bobby for all three plans, because Harry's plan was the barbiturates, Harry's plan was the sabotage.
Oh. So, like, all of them were trying to kill?
Yes, all of them were trying to.
So,
Harry.
Harry, Carey, and Bobby were all guilty?
Yeah.
Well, then I
It's
was
just-
right.
It was just the argument of like which one actually got to it in the end.
I see. Okay.
Would you like to tell
What-
my role in this?
What's
Stop
your
it.
role?
I need to remove that.
Tell my role, because you know my role.
Oh well, your role is that you
Doesn't do
specifically
anything.
want Carrie to be found guilty. That you're trying to frame Carrie.
Actually, technically, you said that I should keep Harry out of jail.
No, if you read the left side of your document, it says objective. Carrie Coe is found guilty.
Nah, I don't read. I was trying to keep Harry from going to jail.
Yeah, I think that slight misinterpretation on your side is what got Imp to go really far with it, because you did not push back on Imp, even though you held things.
Yes, you might have to push back.
Yeah.
Though, you telling me that the witness had like a plan?
That's
Something like that.
why I said when Bayo said a third party, I was like, son of a bitch. It's either my defendant or Jasper. I just couldn't find out who.
I mean, it made more sense for me just to wait for you guys to actually question me and stuff, which you never did.
We questioned. We asked the
Oh,
questions.
come on, you didn't go hard on me. I could have lied the whole time.
Apparently, Narwhal wanted us to go hard on him. Okay.
Yeah, clearly.
Gonna
Well,
let that
All
roll.
the evidence we had. Yeah, you could
Conductor
just,
of that
you know.
weird three-way train.
Okay, right. Let's. This is fine. Okay. I'm terribly sorry, Bale. I mean,
But
In
they're
a
all
court of
pieces
law.
of shit, so I don't
The
care.
worst part is there is actually evidence exonerating Bobby, as weird as it is.
oh, what was the evidence? Because I couldn't find it.
In my notes, it says that there's a recording of a cooking show where Buddy Bill is holding a coffee thingy, where he makes the people puke coffee. It's a
So-
whole thing. I'm not sure, but
What?
I'm pretty sure there isn't some kind of ample evidence that
No,
Why
but
wasn't
this
that
one's
brought the
somehow-
record?
let
That's
the
harder
record
if I
show that no one ever went hard on the witness, or the witness might have told something.
That was that is seriously mistrial. That's evidence left out.
That's on the judge, not me. I,
That's a game changer. That was left out in its entirety. Rigged. But he was also a piece of shit, so it's a win-win for me.
Listen.
I still get
I
paid at
said
the end of the day.
I'm just saying there's two things I said at the beginning of my testimony, right? Bobby usually never makes coffee. Had you just said, wait, so who said he made that Bobby made the coffee? No one ever questioned that. Because then we would have to discuss who actually made the fucking coffee, and
Well,
then we might come to a conclusion that it wasn't Bobby.
I'm just going to say here, right, that I'm acting as a lawyer, right? Truth isn't my business. My business is winning. So I'm not fucking bringing up shit that's going to be admissible in court against me.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I'm saying.
It did seem that that Gnarl needed to defend Bobby against Imp a little bit more in this way.
So,
But hey,
so,
that's the game.
so Bobby was wanting to kill his wife and his co-singer, right?
I'm actually surprised that you actually didn't bring up the actual motive for that. Like you made the secondary motive, which was functional, but you never brought up the primary motive from your evidence.
The couple photo?
Yeah, that one.
It shows Bobby and Janie together.
But
why would he kill Janie then if he was together with her?
well, when was the photo dated?
5 years ago.
And how old is Jenny?
5 years. Wait, no.
5
Oh! Oh, now I see it.
5 fucking years old.
Okay, hang on. Jerry Lee Lewis did the same thing.
He's a PDF file. Dear God.
Yes, the motive was blackmail. The motive is that
PDF
Mary was
file.
blackmailing Bobby over this.
Yeah, but again, that didn't fit in with the fact, like, why would he drug Janie then?
Oh, he didn't. He didn't drug either of them. Remember, Harry drugged them.
Yes, but I didn't know that at the time.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I was under the assumption that he wanted both of them dead so that he could get the money. That's the story I went with, and I stuck with it.
Yeah, no. The intended one is that he wants them both of them dead, so that his other crime can be covered up, and the blackmail would end.
I see.
Well, he was a PDF file, so that, I mean, that's a three-way trifecta win. Either way, I still get paid. I'm
So
a
fucking Gator,
attorney.
switch sides now. He's on the prosecution side. We'll fucking bring him over here.
I get paid either way. I don't care. It's the taxpayers' money, not mine.
But I have to ask a question.
Yeah.
If Harry is my client, why do I care if it's Bobby or Carrie who are declared guilty?
As my meta reason why you specifically want Carrie to be declared guilty is that if it's Bobby, then the retrial goes much better and it's more risk for you. But if it's Carrie, then it gets lost in litigation forever.
I don't know. I mean, the way this just went, Harry's off scot-free regardless. Carrie's been dragged through the mud. Bobby's going to jail for the next 20 minutes.
At least.
At least 20 minutes.
At least 20 minutes,
At least 20 minutes. But also, on Gator, on your side, I'm surprised you didn't try to reject the music sheets with the music contract.
I didn't know about a
The
music
music
contract.
sheet with the contract?
Yeah, the fact that in your evidence you have the fact that Janie was signed onto as a backup singer and was supposed to start in 4 days.
Is that on the evidence part, or
It's in your evidence
oh,
specifically.
with regard to his contract?
So
Yeah.
was Carrie Crow the old backup singer?
Not the old backup singer, they're the new backup singer, but the point being is that so also let me go to a different meta thing first. You each have 3 pieces of attack evidence, 3 pieces of defense evidence, and you all have defenses for each other's attacks, basically. So every piece of evidence has its associated defense evidence. So the way the music sheet was supposed to go is that you use the music sheet to attack Bobby because you did it correctly. How does Bobby know they need a new backup singer? And then and then Gator has the defense evidence. Well, they know they needed the music in advance earlier because the contract was already signed to have them be the backup singer.
The thing is, Bayo, the problem is I'm the only one here who's actually watched your stream, so I know you have to attack.
True.
I
Pretty well.
I wouldn't know. Whatever.
Yeah.
I put away a murderer and a PDF file.
I mean,
Well, not a
technically,
murderer,
it was.
but you did put away the PDF file.
And a murderer.
No, the murderer is Harry. But anyways,
I
Yeah,
think
it
you'll
was
find
actually-
that the court ruled that Bobby was the murderer.
Yeah, but who cares about the truth?
true. Yeah, but anyways, that's a quantum state.
It's a quantum
Yeah.
state.
And I completely forgot. Whatchamacallit? Where's the thingy? Where's voice chat? Text chat. Let me see. What? I hate that I have so many. Where's the thing? Where the
Bale's
hell
trying out a
is
new
Bale-
a new
your Discord server thing.
format
Right there.
for trials, for
Say,
collabs
what do
and stuff,
you
and we're trying out.
mean? Here you go. Window airplane.
Window
Bayo doesn't know
airplane.
how airplanes work.
Window airplane.
Is
Bayo
that
literally does not know how it works.
is that airplane on the ground, Gator?
Yes. But people can still open it.
Let
So
it
you're
be
saying
known
he
that it's also
threw a
commercial.
second thermos out of the airplane in the hangar?
Could have.
Why?
Has the opportunity. Well, then why not? People don't want to.
Fucking
Why do
why
people
not?
not return shopping carts after they're done using them at Walmart?
Why not? He says. Why wouldn't he just set the plane on fire? Why not? It was just like
Why not?
the phrase "why not" you can be put to anything. Oh well, why didn't he just bring a fucking shotgun onto the plane and kill everybody? Why not?
That would have been the
easier.
simpler thing to do.
That would have made
I
my job a
mean,
lot
to be
easier.
fair, if any of you had brought up specifically a why not or nuh-uh, the court would have accepted it.
Nuh-uh. The court
Nuh-uh.
upholds the nuh-uh. I love your like thread of logic, Gator. It's fucking amazing. You just got Bobby sitting in the cockpit by himself, rolls down the window, just chucks a thermos out the window of the plane and closes it over again.
Are you
Just
saying that's
launches
not
it.
an? Wait. Does this trial take place in America or Japan?
America.
The
Well,
plane
no,
was
that proves my point even more.
fuck. An American are
Exactly,
stupid
that
enough to do
Bayo
that.
doesn't know how planes work.
Actually, in all fairness to Gator, the thing that this thing is based on does include that yes,
Why not? Why not?
the
Why not
pilot
commit war
throws the
crimes?
thermos out the window. Not in my reconstruction of the case, not in this case, but in the case that this case is based on, the thermos were thrown out the window mid-flight.
Gee willikers.
If it was mid-flight, everyone on board would be dead. The plane wouldn't have
No,
touched the
no.
ground.
Look, Bayo doesn't understand how planes work. Just roll with it.
No, because the plane is a civilian low altitude propeller plane.
It was at 7,000 meters.
Oh,
I don't know. Anyway,
fucking Christ.
American dude doing an American. Wait, where was the airplane station at? What
The
state?
airplane
It
station.
doesn't even matter. He said it
It was-
landed in like the West Rockies. Who cares?
Because if it was in Florida, that makes it like impossible to refute.
The flight was Las Vegas to Los Angeles. That was the flight.
Huh. Las Vegas, yeah, but there could have been a
Good
stopover.
day to be a Brit.
Every day's a good day to be a Brit.
Stop
Jesus.
over in Florida.
Yeah, just
Florida.
turn around.
Fucking Gator that comes up like, man, if this case was in Florida, this would be a fucking different tale, I tell you what.
It'd be a different case.
This whole proceeding would have gone a little bit differently if it was a little bit, further east.
They throw an alligator at the witness and he talks.
So
Oh
anyway.
yeah, one more thing.
Oh, fucking
The
hell.
the another thing you guys missed in the middle of it, you did bring up the collateral contract, which is supposed to be deflecting against Carrie's gambling deck. The thing that was you guys missed about it is that if you look at Sally Rowe's profile, it says their last name is Rosenwald.
Yeah.
I didn't know what that meant. She's Jewish? Like, what does that mean?
So the whole thing is that Sally Rowe is Carrie Coe's loan shark, and then you're supposed to put together that, or the defense Gator was supposed to put together that the collateral contract for Samantha Rosenwald is Sally Rowe, the loan shark, from the fact that Sally Rowe's profile says their last name is actually Rosenwald.
So she was supposed to get money on the death of what's his face?
No, that's supposed to be the deflection for the gambling deck motive, was that Carrie Coe doesn't need to kill Mary to get the inheritance because they already had collateral set up to cover the gambling debt.
Oh, okay.
Basically, you each had one piece to refute the motive of one of the suspects. In fact, Narwhal has the piece that refutes the thing you made here, where Narwhal has the piece that says that Bobby does donate to the temple construction in the first place.
You never thought to mention that, Narwhal?
Look, I have a very clear goal here to get my guy
If it
off the
happened
case
in
here.
Florida,
That guy
it
off
would
the
have been a
hook.
drunk man who stripped naked, then threw
Oh,
his bottle out the window whilst people were
your-
trying to restrain him.
It's the prosecutor and defender's job to interrogate me, not just go, he's probably telling the truth. Again, you guys have never actually seen Bayo play Ace Attorney, have you?
I'm going to be
The
honest.
witness is a liar.
Yeah, but this all works to me. It all worked out for me, man.
No skin off my nose. A PDF file is most likely gonna get cooked, and I still get paid
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
in
But-
Monopoly money.
Wait, you don't operate on a no-win, no-fee kind of a thing?
Nah, he's
No, that's
he's
silly.
hired by the state.
That's dumb.
If,
Why would I be in this business to lose money?
Why would you be in this business in the first place?
Because they
I've
got
seen
the
so
they
much
got
drunk,
the
naked
license
Florida
the
man
the
news that I
license
wouldn't be
in a cracker
surprised at all.
cracker box.
Whoa, Bayo! Whoa!
You
Cracker
can't
Jack box.
you-
What are
you-
you going on about?
you can't say cracker on stream. That gets you banned. It's a slur.
I already said.
Can't say cracker. It's terrible, Bill.
Context. I was referring to the Cracker Jacks crackers.
Oh, he just said it again.
It's worse.
Oh, he just said it again. He said it again. He said it again. Thanks for the raid, Canico.
You
We're
just missed the live leak.
you just
Naked
missed us.
Florida man chases crocodile.
Naked Florida man chases crocodile. Sorry, Canico, we're just ending. You missed the whole court proceedings. We thought we put away a murderer, but instead we put away a PDF file. So I mean, it's a win-win. I mean, arguably that's even better. Oh dear God.
Also, you guys hate these names. I have to point out the other case file that I have in development right now is built specifically on misidentification based on similar sounding names.
Oh, right. See,
So
like,
who's on second?
I fucking wrote up my notes this morning where I have all of the names and stuff written out. So I don't know if anyone else did that.
I winged
I
it.
made mine 5 minutes before jumping in.
Right, okay.
Gnarl, to answer your question, you are in second.
Ah. Oh.
Yeah, so
need-
there's a clear first, second, third in all the convictions. If the defense is convicted,
No,
prosecutor is first.
Bale, you missed the reference.
Oh, what?
Who's on second? No, he is.
Oh,
No, he's in third. Then who's in second? Yeah, no, who's in? You know, it's a classic sketch.
I didn't realize you were going for that sketch. I thought you were
Right.
being serious because we were doing a collab. So there is a first, second, third.
Who's first?
You are first
Oh, it's
because
not.
you got
That's right. That's right.
Bobby. Yeah,
That's right. It's me.
It's me.
and Gnarl's in second, and Gator's in third.
Theo, are you planning on doing? On doing a trial for Diddy? Can Echo wants to know.
Did he do it?
Did he do it though?
I could try to make one up, but I feel like we'd have to wait for this trial to actually go through so I can actually have material to work with.
Bro, do it. Do the Diddy trial, and I call Epstein to the stand. Break out my Ouija board.
John McAfee. Yes, John McAfee. Did the CIA make him kill himself?
So, John McAfee, what does dolphin pussy feel like?
Oh god.
My Ouija boards are going to get a lot of work. Oh my god.
I definitely need to make the case that involves actual necromancy because, by the way, because you didn't, as Nara points out, you don't know Phoenix Wright. You're actually correct on the fact that you do use the dead in trials in Phoenix Wright multiple times.
Can I call a witch doctor in then?
If I make a case specifically that allows it, yeah.
Oh, we need more. This was amazing, Bale. We need more of this. This is good.
Thank you.
You
Yeah,
need
I'm
to
working on
do
another.
the Phoenix Wright online thing where people can actually be the characters type stuff.
Yeah, I was originally going with that. I got a server up for a local host. I don't know if I got the port forwarding working because I didn't know if I could connect to it from the outside. But also, then came the thought earlier last night, like, maybe there's too much
Also,
effort
like,
when I could just
cases
sit
from the
here. We could
fucking,
just
like,
do
server of the
things. I can
USA.
just pull what I was doing when my stream was running was that I was putting down your chairs and pulling your chairs up on the big screens every time you were talking and switching who was
I
on the
saw
big
that.
screen.
Mm.
Yeah. So I kind of had my own and I
Oh,
had the
thanks for the follow,
music going.
Sam.
I had my own music, so I was like, I could just do it manually. We could just do it on audio, so we don't have to deal with typing shit.
That's fair.
But the one thing I should probably do, because actually the thing that the Phoenix Fridays attorney thing would brought up that was also missing from this thing is that when I had to clarify the full evidence every time was the fact that I couldn't this method well, I need to make a method of giving you further evidence as people bring it up because yes, there's supposed to be gotchas for each of you where if you bring up a piece of evidence, it also includes a piece that someone else wants in it. Just like how for you, Imp, you brought up one thing, and I had to further clarify the fact that, like, oh yes, the manual is not for civilian propeller planes.
Oh right, okay.
Yeah.
Then you had like the barbiturates, then you coming in saying, oh no, they're actually illicit. They're not like clinical. Or
No,
medical.
that was just a wrench throwing move. I have a separate set of evidence to throw wrenches with.
Ah right, okay.
Yeah, so if the court is going one way or the other, I keep evidence in the back just to throw wrenches to try to get it to shuffle up a bit.
That's fair.
Yeah.
No, but this has been great fun.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm working on the next one. The next one is again a misidentity case where literally everyone almost has the same name. And the person was actually dead for 3 days. But anyways,
Oh, it's already in
I
the
was dead the whole
works.
time.
yeah. Not the necromancy one, but it's the one, but it's still a similar, like, oh, it's the headless chicken one, basically.
Ah.
Because I've been joking as going through Phoenix Wright, it's like, man, they're gonna have a case where someone literally gets decapitated, boards a plane, goes to another country, comes back, then dies, and they're still gonna blame someone else.
That honestly sounds amazing.
Yeah, so we're gonna have a 3-day headless chicken case. I'm still in the middle of working on it.
Oh, can't wait to see it.
All right. Well, yeah, that's all I got. We can shoot the shit. We can split.
I'm
Whatever.
gonna go on bacon actually.
All right. Have a good time raiding bacon.
Alright, see you guys.
See you in a bit.
Yeah.
Alright. Oh, that's it for now. Lol.
That's it for now.
Florida man
That's
who
it
was
for
half
now.
naked,
Florida man who
high
was
on
half
insert
naked, high on
substance,
speed, breaks into home, grabs carpet cleaner.
cleaner.
Honestly, that does sound very Florida core.
Very, very well does. Yeah.
Booty patrol was an actual thing, and someone got pulled over for it.
Booty patrol? What's booty patrol?
You haven't seen Booty Patrol?
I have no idea what booty patrol means.
Oh my goodness. Hold
Hold on.
Hold on. Before you end this out altogether. Before you end this out altogether.
Are you gonna send me something to show on stream?
I posted it in the chat.
Right, okay. I'll fucking bring it up. Hold on. Gotta bring it up on my fucking second monitor.
In the Saturday the 7th, December 7th chat. You should have done something like this. Who was the driver of the Booty Patrol? Who's getting the speeding ticket?
Who's the real booty patrol? Right here, I've got it. There we go. We got booty patrol. Oh, and the fucking layering's all off. Right. Hold on so we can fucking see again. Nobody look. I'm fucking up. Wait, where the fuck is everybody? Trying to like shift Bayo. Right there. Bayo can stand in my hat. Booty Patrol spoofs Border Patrol, eliciting laughs and legal headaches in South Florida. The quirky turn of events, a mischievous individual in South Florida decided to spice up a white Chevy Silverado by giving it the appearance of a US Border Patrol truck with Booty Patrol spray painted across the sides and the back of it. The prankster adorned sides with the words Booty Patrol, while the modified vehicle has become a hit at local car shows. The DeSoto County Sheriff's Office is amused, sparking a debate between party poopers and those who see it as harmless fun.
If you type in Florida man, you'll probably see it. The one I saw was from Fox News.
The one you saw was from Fox News? The one about the carpet cleaner?
Yeah, that happened this the article was posted this year too.
Yeah. Sheriff's Office took to Facebook to seek information, asking the public if anyone had encountered the Booty Patrol truck engaged in activities that might be considered impersonating law enforcement. Excuse me, ma'am, we're the Booty Patrol. You're going to have to take those shorts down and just let us...
We gotta examine that yacht.
We got a yacht inspection. Take off your shorts and bend over. Fucking Christ. They highlighted the truck's appearance in various counties, providing snapshots as evidence. What adds a twist to the tale is the revelation that the Booty Patrol truck allegedly sports blue and red lights, a detail that sparked concern among authorities. Florida state law strictly prohibits non-law enforcement vehicles from displaying blue lights. Combination of red and blue lights is a recipe for legal. So basically, it's not illegal, but they found like a little loophole that made it illegal. by having the blue lights on it.
Nice.
Fucking
Booty
jeez.
patrol.
Booty patrol. Right, okay.
There's some other funny ones I did on a stream a while back, but oh boy, that's for another time.
Yeah. Right, we're back in the courtroom.
You know what? I figured out I should, in addition to the case files, I should just prepare a picture of every evidence individually so that whenever you bring up evidence, I can just throw it into the chat.
Oh, that would be good.
Yeah, that will work better.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we're already coming up with ways to improve this. It's already really good. But yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed my time with this. This was very fun.
Yeah, good. And hopefully, because of the condom state, I can endlessly reuse the cases because it's all about the argumentation. There's no actual truth.
Oh, for sure. So, like, depending on who's arguing, they may come to like a different conclusion than somebody else.
Yeah, so like even if someone has watched this stream, but I
Mhm.
can still take that person in another pod and get it to run correctly.
Oh, for sure.
All right.
Well,
Well, thank you guys again.
Yeah,
thank you for having us.
I'm
Well,
gonna
thank you for
get
having
back to patrolling booty.
me. Right.
Patrol indeed. Patrol indeed. See you
So,
guys.
see you in a bit.
Excuse me, sir. Booty patrol here for booties of all size. Hands down, ass up, or we will shoot.
Hands down, ass up, or we will shoot. The Gyat Patrol. Right. Okay. Right. Fucking take off my hat now that we're no longer in Southern Formal. Right. I'm gonna call it here for now. That was fantastic fun. Obviously, if you aren't sub to Bale already, please do go sub to Bale. He's absolutely fucking fantastic. He works very, very hard. I think every other weekend he does meta bet or some form of collab. So there'll always be something on his channel. The guy does 3D modeling. Very, very talented, and he does Final Fantasy and an awful lot of Phoenix Wright, which is the inspiration behind this collab. I believe that this was the first time that he's ever done this. Very, very talented guy. So go sub and follow to him if you aren't already. Gator of course, and Narwhal, both great lads. Go follow them if you haven't. Go sub to them. Thanks to all of them for hanging out with me. Thanks to Bale for all the hard work that he putting the whole thing together. Very, very hard working bee, that boy. Very, very creative. I'm going to call it here because I haven't eaten yet. So I'm going to go and raid another mouse boy. Shh. Don't say that. You're going to get certain members of the chat a little bit agitated. Go have some food and have a good night. Thanks for the raid, Kaneko. I really do appreciate it. Thank you, Rosa. Thank you, Elusive Insomniac. Thanks, Adam. Thanks, everybody, for coming. Honestly, had a great time, and all of you being here made it so much better. Cookie is on playing the Path of Exile 2 beta, I understand correctly. I think he's going to be no-lifing that for as long as it seems, because he was streaming that. He was in the waiting room for streaming that yesterday, so we'll raid into him and you'll get to see him playing some Path of Exile. I believe he's playing Monk. So I'll leave you in his care. Thanks again for coming, everyone, and I'll see you later.